shots are over the limit, and that is the fifth foul on Clarke. So Embiid will shoot 2, and he's 11 of 11 tonight.
Yeah, listen, let's just quick something. Straight isolation on the other side of the floor, and you're saying to Nick Claxton, I want you to guard one of the most dynamic, tough, physical, punishing players one-on-one in isolation and space. That's a tough ask.
Claxton played so well. Can he stay in the game? 5 personal foul since.
What's going on, everybody? John out here with you. It's a Wednesday night, January 25th, 2023. How's everybody doing out there today? We're just waiting on the ESPN side for Brooklyn and Philadelphia to finish up. It's a tight game. But let's get into the starting lineups for our nightcap. So the Memphis Grizzlies, 31-16, head coached by Taylor Jenkins. Starting lineup sounds like this: Morant, Desmond, Bane, Dillon Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Brandon Clarke. And for the Golden State Warriors, head coached by Steve Kerr, they're 23-24 on the season. They are 10th in the Western Conference, but the way it is now, that puts them in the play-in side of it. So the starting lineup is Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Jonathan Kuminga, and Draymond Green. The Memphis Grizzlies are second in the West. They're only behind Denver. They're 31-16. Denver's 31-14. And we'll have to check to see if they ended up winning the game tonight. So when we come back, we're going to get into the actual game, and I'm going to guide you through and give you the game story at hopelesssportsguide.wordpress.com. Stay tuned. What the hell was he shooting for? So on the Twitter Spaces side and on the YouTube side, we're live. We're waiting for the actual game to finish up between the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers. John out here with you. Once we go to, I'm sure they might even go into part of the game where I can't control that. We're stuck on ESPN in Bristol, Connecticut side. Not even Link Pass is going to save you for that, just in case you missed some time. So 14.7 in the fourth. Philadelphia is at Wells Fargo. They're up 135-131. Again, no Kevin Durant because of the knee, so it's the Kyrie Irving experience. Brooklyn is going to inbound this basketball as James Harden's trying to make life difficult. They get it inbounded. Watanabe gets the lay-in right off of there, and there was no time wasted. So 135-133 now. This could be a timeout here for Doc Rivers. Yes, it is. So I'm going to stay with you here for this 13.5. I'm sure we'll cut right into the live play-by-play of our nightcap between the Grizzlies and the Warriors. I wanted to get a basketball game in here with you. I know I said I was going to do that with the NHL publication, all that stuff finished. I was going to do Denver or Milwaukee, and that game would be over by now. But there was no Nikola Jokic, no Porter, and no Murray. And I think there was one other starter that was also out for the Nuggets as well. So I just didn't really want to do that game. There wasn't really much for me to bring to you. So as it stands right now, as we're waiting for our game to start, 13.5 seconds in this fourth. Philadelphia up by a pair, 135-133. What's going on, Pamela? How are you doing? I see we'll probably jump in between the Twitter Spaces side. We're still waiting for it to start. So one timeout apiece. Philadelphia's got a foul to give. They also have a challenge. So let's just take a look at this really quick. I'll duplicate this window on the computer side, and we can look at the NBA standings. So Philadelphia wins. They're going to improve to 31-16. They'll stay firmly second in the East. And Brooklyn would still be fourth at 29-18. So not really anything going to change on that side as far as the standings is concerned. So foul called at 12.4 seconds as we're still waiting for Memphis and Golden State to start. So a 60% free throw shooter going to go to the line here for the Philadelphia 76ers. There's a chance to at least make this maybe a two-possession game and make both. Anthony Melton's at the line. He made the first. 136-133 now. New Age NBA, 34 out of 35 from the free throw line for Philadelphia. My goodness. They get 35 out of 36. It's a 4-point game now to Anthony Melton. It's a pair. 12.4. And the timeouts will be never ending right now as Brooklyn has to at least get a basket. They can get a basket and foul and play the free throw game, but considering 35 out of 36 from the free throw line for Philadelphia, probably not going to work as well as you'd like. So Brooklyn, out of timeouts, fouls to give, no challenges. I like that three bracket system that they have on the ESPN side. Is listening to Dave Pasch and Doris Burke. Those are waiting still for the Grizzlies and Warriors to get underway.
This team looks entirely different now than they did 2 months ago, based on what you've seen during that stretch tonight.
So I know this is going to be a late game on the East Coast. I'll stay up late with you. I'll probably be tired after all this stuff is done here. But we're going to get the game story once it's done with hopelesssportsguide.wordpress.com. So hopefully the Grizzlies and the Warriors will get started here very, very quickly in the next 5 minutes or so. 12.4 left to go in this fourth. Philadelphia up by 4.
We talked about. So they win tonight, they'll be 19-4 over their last 23 games. But they got to finish this one off.
So as it stands, I just have to give you the box right now because the game is underway between Memphis and Golden State. It's 11:46 remaining. John Morant's got the basketball. Again, we figured that was going to end up happening because this game's going a little long. So Brooklyn's going to back off. It's going to be 137-133. Philadelphia is going to get the victory over Brooklyn. Our game between Golden State and Memphis is underway. It's 11:30 right now in the first, according to the ESPN box. They're going to flip this right over here shortly. So again, let's give you the starting lineups. It's John Morant, Desmond, Bane, Dillon Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Brandon Clarke. And for the Golden State Warriors, as we mentioned, Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Jonathan Kuminga, and Draymond Green. We have 11 minutes left to go in the first. It's a 2-2 game. So, wow, that's way ahead of my TV feed on this side. But I'm going to not look at that now and just give you the actual live play-by-play. So, 2 for Jordan Poole. He knocks that one down, and I'm just going to go ahead and leave this on the box score side of it. So this is picked up by the Grizzlies. They're going to go right in with Brandon Clarke, get the basket and the foul. It's going to be Ryan Rucco and J.J. Redick on the ESPN side. John out here with you, giving you the play-by-play of this game for the Memphis Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors. Again, I apologize. I can't give you the actual live play-by-play on YouTube of the ESPN feed. Otherwise, it'd be a little bit demonetized. But I will give you the play-by-play for this stuff. It's been a while since I did a hardwood assignment here. So I'm looking forward to this one. Again, we had to do a little flex because Denver and Milwaukee were in a little bit of a, let's just say, injury concerns as 4 starters were out for the Denver Nuggets. So we flexed to the night game. So 2-2 as the foul. I think a shot was missed, but it was a lane violation. So Memphis now we're going to have a 3-2 lead as we got 11 minutes left to go in this first. Again, John out here with you doing the play-by-play. We're at Chase Center. It's Jordan Poole with the basketball. Get inside to Draymond Green. Going to flip off the up and under. He's going to knock it down. There's now Golden State up 4-3. Ja has it at the right wing side. Gets down the lane. Euro step. Draws the foul. So already 2 fouls against Golden State. It's just 10:43 left to go in the first quarter. So it'll be something you have to keep in mind on. Jordan Poole, we didn't get a chance to see if he actually picked up his second just yet because the game just cut in live action. So Golden State, 23-24 on the season, 10th in the West. They have been a team that has not found any traction all year, but the way that it's been over the last couple is if you're within the 7-10 range, you can put yourself in that play-in tournament. So Golden State, if they can get hot halfway down the season, that's kind of done right now, then they might be okay. But again, that's not what you would expect. Memphis kind of is what you expect at this point. They're 31-16, second in the West, only behind the Denver Nuggets. Again, they're only going to be a game behind because Denver just lost to Milwaukee tonight. So picked up now by Jonathan Kuminga on the right wing side as it got knocked away from Steph. That was good defense by Desmond Bane. Now, backwards pass. This is going to be an opportunity. I don't even know what Bane was trying to do. Somehow they drew the foul. So 3 fouls against Golden State already. And I think Ryan Rasuko said 4. 4 fouls with 10:22 left to go in the first. This could be the longest first quarter of all time. By the time you get to the amount of free throws and everything else, I hope that's not the case, but that might be actually what's going to happen. So at the free throw line is Bane, and he knocks down the first. 10:22 left to go in the opening frame. John under with you at Chase Center. So for Memphis, what you know about Desmond Bane, he's about a 40% free throw shooter and beyond. He's one of the NBA snipers that you got in the league. Memphis is one of those teams now over the last couple of years. You know they're young, they're really good, they're dominant in the regular season. But do they have enough to take that next step? That is the question. And that's going to remain to be seen. Everybody's not going to like the attitude, but the attitude really only comes with actually winning championships. That's why people don't respect Memphis as much as you think they normally would. Jordan Poole way outside. 3-point side. This gets picked up by Jaren Jackson Jr. They're going to go right to left across the timeline in this period. Jackson with the Euro missed it short. Tried to get tapped by Curry. Tries to get the lay-in over Green. Jaren Jackson still fighting for the pumpkin. And now it's finally out of bounds. And Golden State will go left to right in this first quarter. It's 6-4. Grizzlies have the lead with 9:50 left to go in the first. As you're looking at Taylor Jenkins, who just signed an extension a few months ago. Terms run disclosed, but I imagine at least like 3 years. There's no Steven Adams tonight for Memphis, so they're missing that pillar inside as Steph Curry got fouled by Jaren Jackson Jr. with 9:39 left to go in the first. Appreciate the likes on the YouTube side. Again, it's a little bit since I covered a hardwood assignment here. I promised I was going to be able to get to those after the NHL publication was finished. Steven Adams is going to miss the next 3 to 5 weeks with an MCL sprain. So nothing serious, but they're going to miss that big man down the middle that kind of holds down the block side of it. Klay Thompson off the front of the window, and this goes to Ja. Right to left goes Ja across the timeline. Now he lost a dribble, going to need some help. Going to leave this one to Desmond Bane and get it right back. Ja fakes the three. Gets around Draymond Green and gets swatted. But this stays with the Grizzlies. As now Bane is going to Euro step away all the way in, and Draymond Green just laid out the red carpet for him. 8-4. And that might be the situation because Golden State's already got 4 fouls against them with 9 minutes left to go in the first. Curry is going to get an easy one. Lays it right in off a Draymond Green pass. That's the way the NBA is nowadays on the defense side. As this gets flipped in off the 3 side by Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks cans the 3. It's 11-6 Memphis. And now this is a chance for Jonathan Kuminga. Gets the pass to Klay Thompson. Gets a step back, pump fake in the air. Great move to score that one over Brandon Clarke. He got the defense to bite. Knocked it down from the right wing. Bane on Draymond Green now. And Jonathan Kuminga poked away by Green. It's a 2-on-1. Jordan Poole, right wing side. Again, he needs the dribble outlet. Jonathan Kuminga thought about it. Gives it to Klay instead. Another pump fake. They bite on it. Klay Thompson from 12 knocks it down. You can't be a chump and bite on the pump. That's what Tim Lutzko used to say in the NBA Jam side, and they already did it twice against Klay Thompson. He's got a quick 5 points. This goes back to Dillon Brooks now. I've got Thompson on him. Half the Splash Brothers as it goes down to Bane. Jordan Poole. Bane, inside pass for Tillman. Give and go off the floater. It was a great design, but he missed it. Draymond clears the board. This goes to Poole now, racing left to right. Golden State in the retros for the blue and the gold piping on the leg side of it. But again, who am I to say retro? There's been a lot of different kinds of jerseys now over the last few stretch of sports. It's getting hard to get track of all of them, but it doesn't have the Golden Gate Bridge on it. It just has Warriors and a number on it. Memphis in their standard whites with not the teal, but the bluish side for the numbers. 11-11 is your score. 7:40 left to go in the first. It's Memphis and Golden State. Memphis has a 31-16 record. Golden State 23-24. They're sitting 10th in the West. Memphis second in the West. And because of the play-in between 7 to 10, technically the Warriors have a possible playoff spot. Ja Morant way out of control. And he's going to get the foul call. And Golden State can't believe it. That is foul number 5 on Golden State. That's going to put Memphis in the bonus. If I still have all my head meat together here on that side, 5 fouls, 7:26 left to go in the first. So this is really going to be a long first quarter. And if I'm Taylor Jenkins and I'm the Memphis Grizzlies, I'm just going to go right at the rim. What do you got to lose? So Ja Morant's going to at least split the pair of the free throws maybe as he missed it off the front of the rim. Ryan Rucco, your NBA play-by-play man on the ESPN side with JJ Redick, he's got a clean-shaved bald head. I'm a little bit receding myself, but I don't think he's much older than I am. He just like to go with no hair. Ja Morant splits the pair of free throws. 12-11 now. Grizzlies just out front. 7:15 left to go on the first. John, I'm with you from Chase Center. We're watching this one on ESPN. No league pass needed tonight. Pass gets tipped away from Jordan Poole. Ja Morant off to the races. He'll just Eurostep right past JP. Put it in. Steve Kerr wants a timeout with 7:11 left to go in the first. He doesn't like all those fouls, and I don't blame him. Memphis up by 3. Come right back.
But this one with double with extra pickles, the cider fries, and high C and all. Don't be ridiculous. Same order, same time, every game day. Which means more tips for your dasher, business for your corner store, and just maybe a superstitious boost for your team. Support your neighborhood and your team with every DoorDash order. Is that single? Yes. What's up, dude?
Once we get into the halftime, we'll give you a look around the league. I'll also give you a look around the NHL side. That's usually kind of what I do. Got an NBA assignment today, though. I do cover NBA, NHL, MLB, and college affiliate coverage. I will give you the play-by-play and the game story. That usually comes at hopefulsportsguide.wordpress.com. I'll put this in the chat section. This is where all the stuff will always be with the recorder on this side. So that's not going to have any fluff of me talking now. It's just going to be the NBA play-by-play. Kind of, I'm not going to say snowed in here in Michigan, but not really much to do, not really anywhere to go because the roadways and everything else are slick. So we just kind of staying in here doing an assignment. Get a little late basketball here with you, so I appreciate you guys following along. That's where the game story is going to be, hopelesssportsguide.wordpress.com, where all the stuff will be. I already had all the NHL publication stuff done. So what that is, over the last few days, that was a big work at the halfway point of the NHL because the All-Star game is going to be like next week. So you had players that had a great first half, players that need to step up, going into the second half, my personal All-Star selections, team summaries of all 32 teams. And it took a little while to do, but I got all that stuff and it's pinned to the website. I know it's a little bit of a long read, so you want to do that at your own leisure. But all the coverage there for everything else that we do is going to be there along with the game story and the recorder on this side. I keep that on when the play-by-play actually comes up. If you want some clear audio, just like you're following along on the YouTube side with John Reinott, you can do so on Twitter Spaces, and join in with me if you want to leave some comments, or if you want to help me run color or anything else today, you can follow along at John Reinott. Just let me know. I'll get you in. I'll be staying up late with you here tonight because, again, didn't cover Denver and Milwaukee because Denver was down 4 starters. So I just didn't really see the point of actually trying to do that game. I didn't think anybody would go in there to want to try to view it. So Klay Thompson says, because I just made this mention a little bit off color on the side of it for myself, of the fact that the Grizzlies and the Warriors aren't going to take anything seriously if the Grizzlies say because they haven't won anything. That's what Klay Thompson was saying according to Russ Gold on Moody. So picked up now by Jordan Poole toward the right wing side. He gets switched on Brandon Clarke. Now to half the splash brother and Klay Thompson off the step back, missing up the front of the rim, and Clarke going to clear the mess. Ja Morant, right wing side. He needs the dribble. Leaves it there for Dillon Brooks. Brooks had all the space. Kuminga bit on the puck fake, tried to lay it over Donte DiVincenzo. And that one got knocked out of play. So a little bit easier for me to call out some of these NBA names as far as the Golden State Warriors side. I think a lot of it's going to be okay on the Grizzlies side. I got all that in front of me. So Donte DiVincenzo, now to Klay. Pump fake. And now Kuminga, right wing side. Kuminga trying to get around Jaren Jackson Jr. inside to Draymond Green. Nice cut pass, but great defense by Ja as he blocked Klay Thompson. And now Ja, right wing side, cross court pass. This is Dillon Brooks. He missed the three from the corner. That got tipped by Memphis, but this will be Golden State ball. And to the happiness of the Shea Center crowd, I would say in the last minute, and although this is kind of mockingly, but I'm going to do so anyway, Golden State did not commit a foul because they're already in the bonus situation as Memphis. So Donte DiVincenzo left to right across the radio dial. Now to Poole. Euro step. Needs to get rid of the dribble, though, as he gets this one inside to Kuminga. Picked up now by Poole. That was Kevon Looney trying to get around Dillon Brooks. Draymond Green. Now to Thompson. Fades away from 16 off the front of the rim again. Kevon Looney got mugged inside by 3 Memphis Grizzlies. This should stay with Golden State. That should be an over the back. It might be against Ja, actually. That's a little bit of a surprise, but I guess I'm not surprised by the hops. He's one of those guys that I'm not going to even kid you. They'll throw lobs to Ja all day long. You watch one of those videos on the NBA highlights, you can see about 25 minutes of straight lobs. So picked up off the inbounds is Draymond Green to Klay. Klay going to fade away again. He's going to miss again. That's the third straight one. That was from 12. So picked up by Ja. Top of the key for 3. Nobody picks him up. Off too high off the front of the rim as this goes back to Xavier Tillman. And now Klay Thompson. Thompson with 18 seconds to go on the shot clock. It's Jordan Poole with the floater. Trying to draw the foul. I believe he did. So the second one against Memphis, he's going to go to the line. They're going to say that's in the act of shooting. And it's going to be on Dillon Brooks, and he's going to say he can't believe it. I honestly don't blame Dillon on that side of it. 5:19 left to go in the first. John here with you. Jordan Poole in his last 14 games, 26.3 points, 45% from the field. That is heavy, heavy artillery there for Poole. Again, I always talk about it, and I like to mention it for University of Michigan Wolverine and Jordan Poole. I remember that half-court shot against Nevada when they ended up advancing in the round, but you never expected him to be this good. So 17-6 at Shea Center, but 6-18 on the road with the Golden State Warriors, and that just doesn't sound normal. So Jordan Poole missed the free throw, and he's normally close to a 90% free throw shooter. Splits the pair. Dillon Brooks off the fake, step back now against Kevon Looney. Needs to get rid of the dribble. And now this goes back to Tillman. It's Ja Morant with 2 seconds left to go, trying to get the rainbow off of Donte DiVincenzo. That was ugly. Memphis didn't even know what they were doing there. And now it's Jordan Poole. Crossover. Try to get to the right side of the court. Lob pass inside. Nice touch from Green to Thompson. And a cutting Klay. Makes it 14-14 as Golden State has tied it. They haven't committed any fouls in the last few. It's 6 assists on 6 made. A pass inside from Ja to Dillon Brooks got knocked away. Donte DiVincenzo with the baseball pass. Gets it back from Klay. And now Draymond. He might have a free cut to the lane, but he dropped it off to Looney instead. It didn't matter. Made it over the contact. And Golden State's got a 16-14 lead with 4:05 left in the first. Ja has it with 12 seconds to go on the shot clock. Golden State shooting 50%. Memphis ice cold at 27. Ja forcing his way to the lane. And I imagine that's what you need to do right now is Memphis not shooting well. But they've been in the bonus for the last 9 minutes. At the 9-minute marker, it's down to, let's just get the correct number here in front of me. I know it's a little bit ahead on the box side, but the 4:04 in the first. They've been in the bonus for about 5 minutes. So Morant is going to go back to the line. Draymond Green is going to check out. Knock the one down is Clarke is going to take the free throw. That's probably a technical free throw at that, but they didn't say what for. But that's the way it is in the NBA. You can't do any chitter chatter at the free throw line. So this will be Brandon Clarke. He's a 66% field goal shooter right now, and he's averaging over 10 a game. Very high marks on that side. So ties it at 16 as Clarke got both the free throws, even though Morant drew the foul. That's curious to me. So Donte DiVincenzo to Kevon Looney misses the easy one from about 5 feet. Rebounded by Ja. Ja with a lob pass. And that one couldn't be finished off as they couldn't grab it out in midair. Klay Thompson, right wing three, off the front of the rim. Jordan Poole races it down. He's doing the Reggie Miller off the step back. And is a foul going to be called on Memphis, or did they say that Jordan stepped out of bounds? He was the one that tried to go ahead toward the left wing side. So Jordan Poole, he pushed Ja on the way to get the rebound. So it was called against Golden State. And in the bonus, Memphis going to go back to the line. As it's 16-16, 3:37 left to go in the first. So if this stays that way right now, this could be a game where it'd be first to 100 rather than 150. And I guess that would put a smile on my face because I still remember the going to work Pistons on my team. It'd be one of those things, if you got 80, that was a celebration. So Ja misses another free throw. He's already missed a pair. 3:37 left to go in the first. Still tied at 16 apiece. We're at Chase Center. John and I are with you on the play-by-play side. So 2 on Curry. That's why we haven't seen him. We didn't get a chance to see him because the game cut in late, just a minute and a half. So Curry must have picked 2 fouls up within 90 seconds. And now a little timeout for some mending here for Ja. Apparently, after he missed a couple of free throws, he just wants to get everything wiped down and know that that's not like him. And we'll, I guess, take a look at some of the fouls that we didn't get to see. Off-ball one against Curry. And then inside, Brandon Clarke. That was 2 fouls within like 90 seconds. Klay picked up 1 as well. And then a drive to the rim. Klay got Ja again. So both Splash Brothers have 2 fouls, and Jordan Poole has 2 fouls as well. So they say that the Golden State Warriors are the most fouled team, most foul committing team in the NBA. 2 on Curry, 2 on Poole, 2 on Klay. And it's 3:37 left to go in the first. So Ja, after wiping down the hands, is going to get ready to shoot his second free throw, try to go 2 for 4 at the line. He missed it again. 1 for 4 is Ja. That's pretty uncharacteristic for him. 2 of 6 from the line, so he's already missed more than we've seen. 1 of 5 from the field. Poole is still out there with 2 fouls, so he's got to be careful, but so is Klay. Klay inside Draymond. Draymond tried to finish over 3. Grizz, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. So this is a game that is a little bit all over the place right now. That's JaMychal Green. He's going to be going to the free throw line. And on the other side, when I look at the lineup there, that is Santi Aldama is going to pick up the foul for the Memphis Grizzlies. So JaMychal Green, he's one of those veterans. He's been around the block for a while. Knocks down the first, knocks down the second. Probably get an opportunity to ride some of these guys on the bench here with 2 fouls against Curry, Klay, and Jordan Poole. With 3:10 left to go in the first. Yes, I said 3:10 in the first. So Baldwin is going to leave this one off the bench up a pass, and this misses the 3. And JaMychal Green's going to get the rebound out of Donte DiVincenzo. It's got Aldama on him, quickly crosses him over and goes baseline. DiVincenzo still with it with a shovel pass. And an off-ball foul. This one goes the other way. DiVincenzo picks it up, so that's his first. So fouls all over the place for Golden State, and Donte DiVincenzo sharing some words, and he better keep himself a little more tight-lipped as we go to a commercial break. Come right back.
At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
My name's Mike McCluskey. You know who I am?
So we got 4 fouls on the Grizzlies, and we have 8 fouls on Golden State. So in the commercial break, I'll just update you here. So 2 on Curry, 2 on Thompson, 2 on Poole, 1 on Draymond Green, and 1 just recently went to commercial break on Donte DiVincenzo. So if you have any kind of bench depth, whether it be Anthony Lamb or Moses Moody or some of that, you might want to consider that even if you're Steve Kerr. I understand where the team is and they need wins. But boy, oh boy, that is not good. It's 1 for Jaren Jackson, Brooks, Morant, and Desmond Bane as we're in a commercial break with 2:53 left in the first. Chase Center has a capacity of 18,064 fans, and I imagine all of them are up in arms, giving up 8 fouls, because if I was there, I'd be doing nothing but shaking my head. So let me know what you think in the chat section. Like I said, if you want to follow along or talk with me a little bit, you can do so on the Twitter Spaces side at John Reinhardt. Send me a follow on that side of John Reinhardt. You can get in on this broadcast side and talk with me. Otherwise, it's going to be me giving you the play-by-play.
Now is the best time to switch to Verizon for just $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years. The savings that last on the network.
So I just put in this because it's a 3-game losing streak. I said, did the Warriors break the losing streak tonight? 2 votes of you. They both say yes. That's where we're at right now. Memphis, I mean, they've lost a few games as well over the last stretch, so it's not like they've been sizzling. They've lost 3 in a row of the Memphis Grizzlies.
SC 30-day money back guarantee.
But our Love Your Car guarantee already comes with 30 days.
And then the Golden State Warriors, they've just been all over the place with the loss to the Nets, loss to the Celtics, loss to the Bulls. I think I have all this stuff in front of me. My team and the Detroit Pistons, which we know are toilet water, let's just be honest with it. But on that side of it, they won the season series against Golden State, getting both games. That's just embarrassing for Golden State. That's no Cade in either one of those games, and that's everybody out. So it's going to be Memphis basketball right now, as this will go back to Desmond Bane. Bane has it at the top of the key. He gets a screen there for Baldwin. He elects for the floater, and he knocks it down. The half and half of the screen there with Steve Curry. He's just saying these guys are too frenetic and committing too many fouls. It's pretty much right on the money there. So as the basket gets made, it's tied at 18. Here's Jordan Poole, inside pass. This gets knocked away. Memphis, not really a fast break, but they'll take their time now. Shovel pass, Tyus Jones. And now here for Bane, Tyus Jones. As this gets picked up by Aldama. And then he Euros right in and lays it right in as Golden State didn't want to commit a foul. And Steve Kerr's taking another timeout. You just took one, big dog. 20-18. Okay, we'll go back to a commercial break. 2:05 left to go in the first. Lord help me, doing an NBA assignment. Fouls aplenty.
Bounty versus the old family dish top. Combined with a fresh sheet of Bounty leaves your hands cleaner than a used dish top that can carry and redistribute food residue. So ditch the dish top.
Man.
Better hand hygiene. Bounty, the quicker picker.
So Steve Kerr's taken 2 timeouts in less than a minute of action. So obviously he's not happy with the amount of fouls that his team has committed and the red carpet defense that they're allowing. But again, I know people don't like it when I say this because it's probably coming from me covering a lot of NHL assignments of late, but it's the way the new NBA is. I mean, if you're not getting 150 points, what you're doing something wrong. If you're trying to play defense, you're doing something wrong. I would get to the point, and I don't want to say this because I understand Adam Silver's not going to like the idea, and the playing tournament makes the NBA a lot more dollar. But you already have 16 teams that can make the postseason with the 8-8 in the old school side. Now it goes to the 10 side, it's still 8-8. When it's all said and done with the play-in, I might even consider cutting that in half and going 4-4. Incentivize these teams to play more games and not do all this load management. So Kevon Looney, now to Draymond Green, as we'll check back in. Donte DiVincenzo cans the three from the right corner. Golden State takes the lead one more time, 21-20. 140 left to go in this first. It's Tyus Jones. Now Bane needs him up on the right wing side as he gets the pass from Tillman. Jones, floater. Misses it off the front of the rim. Donte DiVincenzo. It's a leak out on a 2-on-1. Jordan Poole. Wow, pass to Jermichael Green, and he blows it up. Here comes Aldama. He's going to try to get around land. This has been some sloppy basketball. Aldama drives the baseline. Got away with a walk with Tyus Jones. Lob inside now for Memphis, and they'll finish one as he found Tillman. 22-21. Memphis has the lead. 1 minute left to go in the first. DiVincenzo drops it right off for Kevon Looney, but he lost the dribble. Got to get it back to DiVincenzo right inside. Now Looney. They'll play crisscross. Set the screen. DiVincenzo way off the front of the rim. And now this will go to Tyus Jones. Tyus take his time with help of Bane as this gets picked up by Baldwin for a corner three, and that is no good. Donte DiVincenzo takes it left to right across the timeline. 2 of 7 is Golden State shooting threes. 1 of 7 is Memphis. Another one of these teams where you're falling in love with the threes. Lamb will spin, trying to get around Baldwin. Can't do it. Jordan Poole from way downtown. That was about 30 feet. And he knocks it down anyway. 24-22. As the shot clock has a difference of about 5 seconds in it. Memphis with the basketball. It's Tyus Jones. We'll take his time at the Golden Gate Bridge logo. We're at the Chase Center. 10 seconds left to go in the first. Shot clock down to 5. Williams will fire. Zaire Williams will miss. And now Golden State. Last possession. It's Poole crossing the half-court line. Lost the basketball. So Golden State doesn't even get anything out of it. At the end of one, it's 24-22. Golden State up by a pair. So if you want to, let's just do this now. Let's go over the NBA scoreboard. I got the late game. There's still a couple more games going on right now. Let's get you some of these finals. So the Magic, they go to 19-29 in the season. The Pacers fall to 24-26. They're still on the play-in side in the East. Let's see who got the leading point totals there for Orlando as they got a rare win. Paulo Banchero. 9 of 10 from the free throw line. That'll do it. 2 steals, a block, 23 points. Franz Wagner had 13. Wendell Carter Jr., 18. Gary Harris, Michigan State product, had 22. Leading scorer for the Indiana Pacers, Miles Turner with a double-double as he had 22 points and 13 rebounds in the loss. Actually, I take that back. Benedict Mathurin had 26 off the bench. He played 33 minutes. You just want to give you some of that production off the bench. And I guess that makes a lot of sense with 26. So let me take a look at Benedict real quick because I knew he was a 6'5" guard, just 20 years of age. He's got good numbers on the season, 17.5 points, 4 rebounds, 30% from the three-point line. It's going to improve that a little bit, but 82% from the free throw line, which is good. So nice player for Indiana. The game that just finished, as this was cutting in the middle of ours, was the Philadelphia 76ers. They go to 31-16 in the season. Brooklyn falls 29-18, but they don't fall anything farther than 4th. Philadelphia is in 2nd in the East. Kyrie Irving had 30. Again, no Kevin Durant. Nick Claxton had a great game. 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 of 12 shooting. Good job for Nick Claxton. 32 off the bench for Seth Curry. 11 of 20 and 7 of 10 from the three-point line. Joel Embiid, 26, 13 of 13 from the line. James Harden had 23 on 6 of 12 with 7 assists. And Embiid had 26 and 10, as we said, with 13-13 from the line with double-double. I appreciate the amount of likes on the NBA side. Maybe it's because I haven't done an NBA stream in a while, but hopefully I can save you from some of the ESPN stuff. If you don't have a chance to, you only can listen, can't watch, we can bring that in. We missed about the first minute and a half of the game because it was cut in between the Sixers and the Brooklyn Nets. That went a little long. It's a 2-point lead for the Golden State Warriors, 24-22. Golden State is 23-24 on the season. They're 10th in the West, but because of the plan, like we said, they are technically in the playoff spot right now. They have to play a playing game, and Memphis is second with 31-16 on the season. So leading scorers for the Warriors, Klay was 7, Jordan Poole was 6, as they showed on the ESPN side. Second quarter action now underway. Cut inside Steph Curry. He had 5 minutes played, 2 points, 2 fouls. So he should be very well rested. And I think you have to trust Steph right now, even if he gets the 4. I think that's the next time that you pull him. Because you also look at Kenny Atkinson, who was the former head coach of the Brooklyn Nets with Steve Kerr. So they got a good coaching staff on that point. So I can't imagine they'd be too happy with being 23-24. I'll just say it honestly, for Golden State, they've played a lot of basketball over the years, so that makes a lot of sense. And they're one of the teams that want to just flip that switch, right? But it's one of those situations where the play-in probably helps, but you need to get this home court advantage because the way Golden State's playing on the road this year, they look like any other pedestrian team in the NBA. I mean, that's just – I can't say it any more brutally honest than that. So Jonathan Kuminga sitting on the bench. As you have Donte DiVincenzo now, chance for Lamb, and I don't know where that pass was going for Draymond Green, but Desmond Bane's got it. Going to leave this here for Jaren Jackson Jr. He's got the size mismatch. He bowled over DiVincenzo. And is Tillman going to go to the line, or is Jaren Jackson Jr. going to go to the line, after he bowled over Jeremy Lamb? Because Golden State, Steve Kerr, you know about those back appointments. You might want to have to schedule another one of those right now or go back on the phone because you can't be happy with the amount of fouls that are committing. And Anthony Lamb on that side kind of looks like one of those 2K players, but he doesn't have all this stuff. And he kind of looks like a half Kyrie Irving with a blown-out weave. Looks like a 2K extraordinaire right now. I think Ronnie would be proud. So this gets knocked down both times by Jaren Jackson Jr. My goodness. 9 of 13 from the free throw line as Jaws missed 4 of them. Draymond tried to lob that one to JaMychal Green. It was a green-to-green experience, and it failed. It's a turnover. Now this is going to go back to Memphis. As that was a quick inbound. 8 turnovers for Golden State, just 4 for Memphis. Laying off the window there. And that gets knocked down there by Desmond Bane. Good cut to the rim. Steph Curry only played 6 minutes right now in this game because of 2 fouls. As he's going to get around the defense of Tillman. Step back, draws the 3 and the foul. So Steph going to shoot 3. Pretty much a lot of you can say you can bet your house and your money and everything else that Steph is going to knock these down from the free throw line. He's historically one of the all-time great free throw shooters. Usually hovers around 90%. So he does not play with his food when he's at the line. He's averaging 26 in his last 5 games as he makes the first. So you can say whatever you want, but leaving lettuce at the free throw line, that's something that always irritates me. Take the points however you can get them. If you ask the Philadelphia 76ers, a big reason why they beat the Brooklyn Nets today, it's because they were 27 of 28 from the free throw line. You can also be mad at the referees for calling that many, and I would agree with you on that side, but still, Knock them down when you get them. So Steph going to try to make all three now as he gets to the free throw routine. Lets it fly off the front of the rim and in. So Golden State will take the lead. It's now 27-26. As Malika Andrews and Kendrick Perkins give you a side-by-side. His betting's all over the place nowadays, and now the ticker cuts half the screen off, so apologize on that, guys. Tyus Jones with another floater. That's his fourth one of the game. That's the second one he's made. 28-27. Steph. Series of crossovers. This is it from 12, and this is skied by Xavier Tillman. Now back to Jones. Desmond Bane has it on the right wing side. This is Tillman. He's going to draw, and he can't draw the foul there. I thought he was going to. Now Draymond Green from Steph. Little baseball pass off the shovel. Going to leave this one here for Lamb. It's Donte DiVincenzo. Contested from the right wing side. It didn't matter. DiVincenzo, the former Milwaukee Buck, to pick up in the offseason. 10 assists on 10 made field goals. 30-28 is the score. Golden State back up by 2 against Memphis. Baldwin has it now as he's trying to get around DiVincenzo. Zaire Williams and now Tyus Jones. Jones. Extra pass. It's Williams. He's been cold. I think he's 1 of 7 right now, if I have my math correct. This is picked up by Curry as he crossed the timeline. Curry shovel pass, but Lamb didn't want to finish it at the rim for whatever reason. Curry. He wants the isolation. This one might be on Tillman. Step back. He stayed with him the whole way. It's Anthony Lamb. He got partially blocked. Gets it back. Shot clock does not reset. Got to go to the rim. Up and up and under. Battle for the basketball. And Jermichael Green trying to do a Vince Carter impression and leapfrog over the man. Again, that's not a dunk finish. That's just over the back call. Not like the Olympic slam, but my goodness, that's still weight on the back of Zaire Williams, and I'm sure he didn't want. So, foul called against Golden State. That's a silly one. As far as all the ones for Steve Kerr, if I scroll down really quickly on the ESPN box and look at the last category, it says just 10 fouls now to 7. So that's only 1 for Golden State in this second, according to them. Off the front of the rim as Bane missed it all. Here comes DiVincenzo. It's a 4-on-2. DiVincenzo needs the help. Leaves it now for Steph. Grizzlies try to poke it away with Tillman. Curry gets it across the line to Kuminga. Kuminga almost walked with it. Now he threw it away again. And that is just awful basketball. As Curry was looking down, Kuminga threw the jump pass anyway. And, man, Steve Kerr has got to be blowing a gasket. The vein on the top of his forehead is going to be getting bigger and bigger. This is just brutal basketball right now against teams that you expect to do much better. So Kuminga, again, the G League Ignite product, and again, if you had James Wiseman as well, these are some young players, 20 and 21 respectively, or 20 and 20 respectively, that you would expect to both be on the floor and be doing a serviceable lift to this team right now that are still not providing anything. And now, again, a backwards pass by Curry, picked off by Tyus Jones, and he lays it in. Steve Kerr might take another timeout, and he's going to run out of get out of jail free cards at this point. 8:15 left to go in the second. We're tied at 30. This is some bad basketball, but the game is tied. This is the way it goes when I call NBA game, guys. I apologize. Come right back.
Fitness starts from the inside. Out. Get healthy, real hydration. And no added sugar, artificial sweeteners, or added colors. Gatorade Fit. Healthy, real hydration today helps you fuel tomorrow.
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is every single time you take a bite, you know you're going to get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. The Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches. There's no touching it. Oh, hey. What?
So we're tied at 30. We're in a commercial break. It's 8:15 left to go in the second. So the scoring explosion from these two teams, you've not seen that yet because it's nothing but turnovers and fouls. It is 10 turnovers for the Golden State Warriors on 9 fouls, 4 turnovers for Memphis on 7 fouls. Memphis is 1 for 10 shooting threes. Golden State a little better, 4 of 10. So 5 of 20 combined. 10 of 25 from the field is Golden State. 10 of 29 from the field is Memphis. So this hopefully will get a lot better. I can only hope. At the end of the half, in the other game that's underway, it's Portland up 66-64 over Utah. And just about at the half, the Raptors have the lead over the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento has been one of the surprising teams in the league, but that's because you finally have Domantas Sabonis getting his feet underneath them with De'Aaron Fox, and Sacramento is relevant for the first time since Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic, Vlade Divac, and everything else like that. So good for Sacramento and good for their fans. For the fans that are left for the Kings, they should feel very good about themselves. And I'd like to see them in the playoffs do some damage because Domantas Sabonis, I'm not going to say plays like a poor man's Nikola Jokic. He's very much deserving of being a first ballot all-star in the West. At least to me, he's played an incredible first half of this season. You got to put respect on his name.
He wasn't just the roster. He was the Subway Series, greatest man of all time.
Well, no doubt about this is we're going to get back into the commercial break soon as the ESPN splash highlights are showing turnovers being the key. It's just brutal all over the place right now. It's like they need a jar of peanut butter, some Stickums right now because this is just brutal on both sides. It is a tie game at 30. Again, 10 turnovers for the Warriors, 4 for the Grizz, 15 points off turnovers for Memphis, but it doesn't really mean much right now, tied at 30. So Kuminga has it on the right wing side, trying to get around Dillon Brooks. Partially had it blocked, I thought, but he still laid it over and made it in. That was a difficult fall-away shot for the G League Ignite product, but Kuminga makes it count. 32-30 now. This will go back to the Memphis Grizzlies as now it's Tyus Jones. I haven't seen Ja Morant in a minute. As this goes back now to Baldwin. Now Tyus Jones left wing side. He's going to fall way over Kuminga, but good defense to stay in front. And this is going to be Golden State basketball. The 32-30 lead with 7:34 left to go in the first half. So Steph Curry only played about 5 minutes in that first half. He had 2 fouls. So he should be well rested. Behind the back, shoots the three from the top of the key. Steph knocks it down. He beat everybody with the behind the back dribble. 222 straight games with a three-pointer made, most all time in NBA history. That is no surprise. Desmond Bane down the lane. He missed it off the front of the rim as it goes back to Tyus Jones. Now back to Bane off the rebound collect. Zaire Williams, can he knock a three down? No, he can't. They could leave him on an ocean right now. He wouldn't make it. Steph Curry. Zaire Williams is 1 for 8. Curry trying to dribble around. The pass almost gets thrown in no man's land. DiVincenzo falls down. It's a battle for the basketball. Yet another turnover here for Golden State, but they're up by 5. Desmond Bane. He was open off the step back, didn't like the shoot, going to give it to Williams. Williams gave it up. That was smart. Desmond Bane, top of the key for 3. Rebounded by Draymond. Draymond will get this one to Anthony Lamb now. Right wing side, Lamb. Try to get it to Steph, and that was last touched by, I hope for Golden State's sake, last touch by Memphis, because that's 13 turnovers already. Ja Morant's going to get a chance to check back in. He's going to tie that hair up. Got to be careful with that stuff when you're going to the lane and slamming it down. You're going to catch a body and catch that right in your face. It might cut you. So picked up by DiVincenzo. Baseball pass across. Jonathan Kuminga almost lost it because he's got Aldama on him. And now Klay Thompson has it at the Golden State logo. Kuminga picks it up. He walked with it. 14 turnovers for Golden State. 35-30, they have the lead, though, because this has been a sloppy basketball game with 6:13 left to go in the second. Kenny Atkinson is saying more words than Steve Kerr has because I'm pretty sure Steve Kerr's run out of superlatives. It really is all you could say. So Ja will check in. We'll see if he'll get some stability to this offense. Floater knocks it down. Ja gets the deuce. He's been very cold at the free throw line, just 2 of 6. DiVincenzo will get this right to left across your radio dial. DiVincenzo had it knocked away from behind, but they'll call the Grizzlies on the slap. It'll be Ja Morant. It'll be his second. So you're looking at the Western Conference standings on the TV screen. It's Denver 34-15. Memphis, if they win, they'll go to 32-16 as this will be updated. So Denver will still stay in first, but Sacramento 27-19. That's been quite the story so far in the NBA season. So Steph Curry is he's going to make a cross-court pass to Klay. Again, everybody's been biting on the pump fake, but Golden State turns it over again. It's Tyus Jones. It's a up and under for Brandon Clarke, and he knocks it down. 13 turnovers, most at home. That's what they average in any half. So 13 turnovers in the half, I should say, the most they've ever had at home. Step back. As he broke down Aldama, he needed to find his ankles, but he missed the shot. Ja Morant. And a foul is going to be called against Kuminga. That 3 would have counted, but the foul was called first. So this will stay Memphis basketball. Dillon Brooks left it there for Brandon Clarke, and that was a nice Euro step finish off the up and under. It's a 1-point lead for the Golden State Warriors. John out here with you. We're commentating on the NBA Wednesday on the ESPN feed. We missed about a minute and a half of the game just because the Sixers and the Nets went a little long, but again, I'll have the game story and everything else to follow. LocalSportsGuide.wordpress.com. So be soon up late with you here on the East Coast, as it's 11:07 right now Eastern with 5:21 left to go in the second quarter. So Clarke trying to make sure he's talking to the refs to get position in here. Ja Morant has the basketball. 15 seconds left to go on the shot clock. It'll be right at the 5-minute mark if they let it go all the way to the end. This is going to stay with Memphis as it went off of Curry last touched. So 5:12 left to go in the second. Golden State up on Memphis 35-34. So picked up off the inbound. Ja will be set to trigger it. This will go back to Dillon Brooks. Brooks had hands all over him, and this goes to Roddy from 3. The Colorado State Rams. David Roddy checks in. And the reason why I know him is because they gave the Michigan Wolverines last year in the tournament a hell of a scare in that first round. David Roddy was certainly cooking. So I'd like to see him play a little bit more in this NBA game. Keep my 4 eyes on him and see how he does. So Jonathan Kuminga. He gets down the lane and he gets the red carpet and crushes it with one hand. Jonathan Kuminga with the hammer as it lights up the crowd. Ja Morant leaves it for Aldama on top of the key for 3, ties the game at 37. 4:40 left to go in the second. Steph Curry played a lot of this second quarter as you'd expect. He played just 5 minutes in the first half with 2 fouls. It's Poole. Curry, floater. Oh, that was gorgeous in between 3 Memphis Grizzlies, and he's shaking his head and saying, I got bumped on this side of the hand, no call. Ja Morant. Leaves it for Aldama. It's the pump fake past Klay. He wants to power pass Klay, and he does. So Aldama with a couple of baskets there. Good job by Santi Aldama as he powered right through the half of the Splash Brother and Klay Thompson. So Klay will be set, or Steph will be set to be the trigger man. Jordan Poole will get it to Steph, but now we have a few more words for whatever reason. As Dillon Brooks was playing him tight. So Poole's going to leave this one here for Klay back to Poole. We'll slowly go left to right. Jordan Poole got around 2 reaches of hands. Poole down the lane with a floater. High arcing shot. Good job by Kevon Looney as he cleaned up the pumpkin and put it back in. 3:50 left to go in the second. Ja. Aldama's got the last 5. Now Dillon Brooks as this goes back. Picked up by Aldama. Now Desmond Bane to Brandon Clarke. Ja Morant around the horn. Top of the key. He gets the pump fake. Ja didn't shoot it, though. Brandon Clarke going to have to take it as they're running out of time. Ja should have taken that shot. Klay Thompson now across the timeline. He stops. He spins off the half pass, gets it back from Looney, dumps it to Kevon now from Klay. Around the horn, Kuminga left wing three. Jonathan Kuminga with 5 straight points. The Thunder are stuck at a 3, and Taylor Jenkins wants time. There's Golden State has their biggest lead of the game, although it's just 5. 3:18 left to go in the second. Come right back. We'll finish up the first half. Appreciate you guys following along on the YouTube side. There's been a lot of foot traffic tonight, more than I expected in a regular season game. In the sense of it, but it's probably because I haven't covered a basketball game in a while.
At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I love Popeye is my treat, and then my chores are complete.
You didn't do the laundry?
So it is 44-39 their score with 3:18 left to go in the second. Golden State won the first quarter 24-22. They're leading the second quarter 20-17. Very low scoring game in comparison to what we get in today's NBA. Again, if it was a first half to 50, that would be normal about 2003, 2004 side of it. That's when I was in high school on that side. I graduated in 05, 35-year-old myself now. But you think about the going to work Pistons and all that, you had Kobe and some other stuff in the 04 side of it. It's you get 80 points, that's something very special. But at least at this point, even though it's been sloppy basketball for turnovers, it's not been there's been some defense played, and I will take that at this point. As we're in our commercial break, we'll get you to some of the other finals we didn't get to. Hawks, game above 500 now, 25-24. Thunder are 23-25, so they're still in the thick of things. Let's see what Shai Gilgeous did tonight. Cool 36 for Shai, 9 of 10 from the line. Not to be expected. 2 steals and 2 blocks with 7 assists and 5 rebounds. Is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander a low-key superstar? Honestly, he's a star. He's a low-key star. Maybe there's only about 5 superstars in the league. You know, Giannis and Jokic, guys like that would be one of them. I don't even know if Kevin Durant is a superstar anymore. He's probably getting in the latter days, although he is certainly quantified as a scoring machine. I won't get that wrong. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander carries every single night. They don't have a lot to work with behind there. At some point, Sam Presti is going to have to capitalize and cash in on these lottery tickets. They want to keep him around. And I think he'd really need to, because to go from Russell Westbrook to Shai Gilgeous, I mean, that's a luxury. That's wonderful. Trae Young had 33. He was minus 11, but it doesn't matter. They won 137-132. 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Nothing but free throw line living. 111-102. Timberwolves get a rare victory. 25-25. Pelicans are 26-23. Zion has spent more than half of his career on the bench, let alone in the NBA right now. That is where we're at. So Memphis has the basketball with Brandon Clarke. Leave this now here for Ja. As we're waiting for the shot clock Chiron to come back on the ESPN side. Ja going to cast the three. He's going to knock it down. He's had the space. I was wondering if he was a little hesitant to shoot. He wasn't hesitant that time. 44-42. Ja, 9 points on 3 of 8. Quiet night for Ja as far as he's concerned. But at least he knocked down that 3. So Jordan Poole. Oh, and the pass hit the referee from Draymond Green. The baseball pass, I think Aldama was held, but you got a piece of Jordan Poole. And Draymond just drilled the referee with the pass off the side of the ear. And he was tough because he didn't even flinch on that. Klay Thompson, he's going to get an easy one. Lays it in, 46-42. Sometimes you just see things you don't see all that often. 2:30 left to go in the second. Ja. Now to Bane. He's open the top of the keeper. Brady missed it. Somebody missed their assignment, but he missed the shot anyway. Steph to Klay. right wing side. Klay with the back down. Has a chance now to get around Bane. Lost the dribble though. Has to make it to a cutting Jordan Poole. What a Euro lay-in by Jordan Poole as he took a couple of contact there. It's 48-42. Nice look from Morant to Brandon Clarke, and he used the power to get that two from in close. Steph. Step back three from the right wing side, up in front of the rim too strong, and cleaned up by Aldama. Here's Ja. See if he looks to push. Nice Euro by Ja as he gets around Draymond Green. It's 48-46. Jordan Poole trying to get around Clarke is going to leave it here for Draymond. Draymond's got the lane. He's going to get an easy lay-in. Why did they just give it to him? 50-46. 1:30 left to go. Looks like Brandon Clarke had no interest trying to play defense there. Ja has it with 12 seconds left to go on the shot clock, about a buck 23 left to go in the second. Ja on Curry, speed mismatch. Morant missed the front of the rim, gets the rebound, puts it back in. As he cleaned up his own mess, it's 50-48. Draymond has it now for Jordan Poole. And a foul against Dillon Brooks as Jordan Poole just wanted to cast from about 40 feet and see if he could hit after, but he didn't make it. Memphis over the limit. So now Golden State can obviously choose who they want to put at the free throw line. Why not put one of the best to ever do it in Steph Curry? Get that point. So Steph Curry going to go to the line. 1:08 left to go in the first half. Golden State now trying to go up by 3. It's been a relatively low-scoring half, usually for the NBA as it's concerned. Steph finishes with his routine, and he misses the free throw as it bounced all the way around the rim and out. On the Saturday side, we have a trio of early games. It's Nuggets Sixers at 3, Knicks Nets at 5:30, and the 8:30 game is the late one for the Lakers and the Celtics. I may be on that call. We'll see what happens on Saturday. My final broadcast for this week might actually be tomorrow when it's the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Boston Bruins. That one's going to be must watch if you're a hockey fan. Must listen. 50 seconds left to go in the first half. Ja gets blocked by Draymond. And now Curry to Klay. Splash Brothers let this one go. And Aldama, did he get smoked in the head is the question. I didn't see it myself. But as Golden State was coming down the court, Aldama was already down. And he is holding up here. And he's holding up in that neck area. And that's not good. Taylor Jenkins having some words. Maybe Jordan Poole is the one that picks it up. If that's the case, that is his third. Aldama is very slow to get up. But again, I did not see the foul. So did he just get tangled up is the question. Aldama, maybe Jonathan Kuminga got a piece of the elbow? That's all I could maybe see. Offhand? I mean, honestly, it was an offhand brush by Jonathan Kuminga. I don't think he hit him all that hard. That kind of looked more than a soccer flop to me. But it's going to be non-basketball contact. I would imagine they could call this a flagrant, but this wouldn't be deep enough to kick Jonathan Kuminga out of the game. But if the flagrant's the one that's called, it would put you at the point where Golden State would have 2 free throws to shoot. That really looked like an offhand brush that was a hell of an acting job by Semi Aldama. I'm just going to be honest with you here. I didn't see much. I understand Kuminga. You could say, I think he brushed Aldama on the side of the arm, and he's grabbing like his throat area. So that is high quality acting. I'm not saying there shouldn't be some free throws, but that's nothing bad. But I think in the rule of the NBA book, they're going to call that a flagrant foul. It's a little bit weak sauce, but you're going to have to call it. I'm not going to argue that otherwise. So a flagrant foul going to be assessed to Jonathan Kuminga. It's not a 2, so it's not going to kick him out of the game. As he got a piece of the, I would say, back of the ear. There's a little bit of the contact, but Aldama was doing one of these things where he was acting like he got hit in the throat. So I would actually, you give him a 2 and a 1. 1 for the acting job and 2 for the foul that was committed. That's just the way I would do it. Cut down on that nonsense. But Semi Aldama is going to go to the line to shoot 2, as is right for the flagrant foul called against Jonathan Kuminga. The fans are going to boo, and I don't blame them, as Aldama missed the first. You know, the funny part is to me, and I didn't think you'd be allowed to do this, is as they're shooting the free throws, Jordan Poole and Draymond Green are like right in his face. I thought when you have the technicals, you didn't have anybody step in front of you. So why are they allowed to step on the court and pretty much talk junk to Aldama while he's shooting free throws? Felt that was frowned upon. That's not something that Memphis would normally like. They're the ones that like to talk junk. Golden State's earned it, though, with all the titles. And that's not just me saying that as a fan, because I couldn't care less about either one of these two teams as far as that, because my Pistons suck. But it's just one of those things. Usually on that side for technical free throws, it's all Barry Lonesome shooting it. So since 2019-2020, Golden State leads this series 9-8. Point differential is Memphis +4. So all these games have been tight. So at least this flex to this late game, and rather than Denver and Milwaukee, has been a good one so far. It's been close, but there's been a lot of fouls. Been a little sloppy. Hopefully the second half picks up. Brandon Clarke. Here's Tyus Jones. Knocks it down. That was Aldama. So Aldama with a pair of threes. Aldama's got 11 points off the bench and 2 of 2 from distance. He's been one of Memphis's best players. Memphis now has the lead. Curry, floater. Nobody picks him up as Golden State takes the lead once more, 53-52, as he made it from about 12. Shot clock turned off. Warriors with the lead. Memphis last possession. Ja gets the screen from Jones. Ja gets down the lane, up and under. Yes! Ja Morant with an acrobatic finish. Curry with the heave, and he missed it. 54-53, silky sweet move by Ja to end the first half. And Memphis has the 1-point lead, 54-53 at the half. Come right back. We'll call second half action in a little bit. That acrobatic finishes that we just saw there from Ja as we go to the commercial break, and we're going to be in the first half. That looked reminiscent of Tracy McGrady. And that's not me even just trying to blow smoke on that side. That was a very tough finish. That was in between 3 players. He knocked it down anyway, and Steph Curry's full court heave was off the mark. So after one half, it's a 54-53 lead for the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies won that quarter 32-29. They take a 1-point lead. Sauce, we just hit the halfway marker on the Twitter Spaces side. It's a 54-53 lead for Memphis over the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to take a quick break and get some of the other stats typed in for the game story, and then we'll check back in and get you some halftime looks.
At ADP, we use data-driven insights to design HR solutions to provide flexible pay options and greater workforce visibility today, so you can have more success tomorrow.
Cherry. Cherry ice cream. That box. Bucks for Moody. A little something for me.
Test that 180 for horseback power. That we use that's not good muscle, increased energy, and improved performance. Rush to Walmart for Test X 180 for horseback.
The world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. Halloween's, jeans, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
I'm Malika Andrews here with Dillon Rose. Let's get you up to the final seconds of regulation. Thunder got 3. Shea gives us out of dinner. Look at that block from Donte Murray.
Terrific beat by Donte Murray, one of the most underrated parts of his game. He scores, but he also defends.
We'll have your halftime show coming up.
But isn't a McDouble with extra pickles, a side of fries, and a high C at home? It would be ridiculous.
Oh, hey. What? Oh, don't judge me, Anthony. Alcohol free.
I love M&M's, and you and I love me. The data proves it. That's why I'm happy to announce that America's favorite chocolate candies will have a picture of yours truly painted right on them. I love eating my own face.
Better ingredients, better pizza means that every bite of this slice just keeps getting better. From the first bite to the dump. Just when you're thinking this slice can't get any better, you get to that epic stuffed crust that can't stop the cheese.
Welcome to the Toyota halftime.
Welcome to our studios here in Los Angeles alongside Kendrick Perkins, Shanae, Looney, Jalen Rose. I'm Malika Andrews. We're going to get to our game in just a little bit. But first, let's just take a quick walk across the street because Anthony Davis, he is back for the Los Angeles Lakers. Rui Hachimura making his debut with the new team. Spurs. Oh, getting that out of there, Thomas Bryant said. Look out, LeBron James headed the other direction, full steam ahead today. He has been on a mission and he's been doing his damage in the paint, but he's done. Anthony Davis checks into the game. The Lakers struggling a little bit early in this one. Let's keep it pushing to the Nets and the 76ers. This is a great game. Under a minute to go here. Kyrie Irving drives, flips it up and in, gets it to go, Jalen.
You nasty boy, you nasty. That's just freaky, Kyrie. James Harden closing it out for the Sixers, but that was a great game.
It was an excellent game. It feels like it could be kind of a signature moment for both teams here. What stood out to you most?
The thing that stood out to me, first off, is now the Nets have depth because Claxton can give you 25 points and only miss one shot. Do a great job of frustrated defending Joel Embiid.
All right, so I'm going to put this in the YouTube section for anyone that's still following along. Here's your halftime update. So those are your point leaders. And then I'm going to throw turnovers and fouls and stuff in there, just some of the notes from the game. It's really all I need to kind of throw in there right now. The score, we'll also throw that in there too. So I'll put this.
And also, I want to highlight Kyrie Irving and yes, I'm giving him his props. Over the last 3 games, he got this game plan inspired. That was called 30-piece wing Dillon tonight. He did stuff like this. Although they lost, the best to build for me.
Can we give props to the team that won? I've been at the sideline.
I'm supposed to win.
Okay, so I got this here. Here's your score at the half. So I'll just do this here for the Twitter Spaces side, and then we'll take our break. So for Memphis, scoring leader, Morant had 15. Santi Aldama, he's been good. He's got 11, 2 of 2 from deep from the bench. Steph Curry got 13. Klay has 9. The other notes that you need to know, turnovers, just 5 for Memphis. Golden State Warriors with 14. Golden State had 9 of them in the first quarter. 9 fouls in the first half for Golden State. So foul trouble situation sounds like this. Brooks with 2, Morant with 2, Golden State Warriors, there's a host. Draymond Green, 2, Kuminga, 2, Curry, 2, Klay, 2, and Jordan Poole also has 2 fouls, as it's 54-53 Memphis at the half over Golden State. So those are your particulars at the half, and when we come back, I will also call the second half for you, and then we'll have the game story. helpasportsguide.wordpress.com as we're doing an NBA assignment tonight. Let me look at what the other scores are right now and see if we have anything that we can flip to on League Pass. Get you a live look in here. You want to go to the Trailblazers and the Jazz? Does that sign okay with everybody? Let's do that. We'll take a look on NBA League Pass. It is 84-76. Dame's team's out in front. So 25-25 are the Jazz. The Trailblazers are 22-25. So they have some games that need to be made up, but the Trailblazers have some wins that they have to get.
Hey, you know, Okay, he's not looking to attack just yet. And he's surveying. He's hitting his
So Dame is at the free throw line. This is the first. Again, I've seen some good free throw shooters not convert in this game right now. Not just in this side, but we've seen Curry miss some. We've seen John Morant miss some. And now I've just seen Damian Lillard miss some. So Damian Lillard is 12 of 17 with 32 points, a +7, 8 assists, and 2 steals. He is filling up the stat sheet. 5:25 left to go in this third. We're at the Moda Center with a live look in on NBA League Pass. I'm going to flip back to our game in just a moment. Dame splits the lane and puts it in. So after Jordan Clarkson in it too, Dame goes right down the red carpet and lays it in. 87-79. The Trailblazers have the lead over the Jazz as we're getting a live look in as our game's at the half. This is on NBA League Pass. I'm following along with Brian Colangelo on the Moda Center Portland side. And Darren Sharp can't get the fall from his attack to the lane after a Jazz turnover. Be going to the line, though, are the Portland Trailblazers. Be right back and use the restroom.
He is determined. Now look, this isn't a play call off the sideline out of bounds. Dame popped up to the ball. Got lots of attention. Ball's in line to him, and then he does that right there. He didn't allow Collins to get comfortable now. Right now. Damian coming into this game with 123 free throws made in January, the most in the NBA. 150 is his record, set in November of 16. That's the club record. And that's cruising right along right now. Yes, that's reflective of the way he's playing. In terms of how much he's just putting his head down, saying, I'm going by whoever's in front of me. And he's been finishing well. We've been brilliant tonight, 9 straight points. Sexton leads in and gets a piece of Sharp to draw the foul. Crafty move by Sexton. Second foul on Sharp. You're not seeing Josh Hart out there tonight. Out approximately midway through the second quarter, but club communications is saying it is a hamstring injury. Won't know to what extent when we get over that like the rest of the night. Here's Little. He shadows the ball into the paint. Clarkson attempts to shoot three. No, rebound. Reeled in. And another good ball down the corner. Who was it? Ran over there? Yeah, that's him. He runs the rail. He puts it for three. Damian Lillard is so comfortable. 42 points. 15 of 20 from the field. 7 of 10 from three. 16 in the quarter. And the Blazers lead by 15. Vanderbilt. 17 of 51 coming in as you developing now. This fifth year out of Kentucky. Good throw. Damian away. Damian Lillard. He not even swept the ball. Just past Vince Carter for 6th all time on the three-pointers made list. 45 points per day, 8 of 11 for three. Blazers leading by 15. Reaching in Eubank, strips it. Clarkson gives it up. Here come the Blazers. Vince Carter recently paid his respected name on NBA Today. It was another one from the logo. Rebound to Gay. Outside it comes to Clarkson. Hesitation, dribble drive into the lane. Challenge by Little. Great challenge. Sharp all the way. And up top. A little too far out in front. All right, Grant, you're not going to the All-Star game. You're not throwing any lobs at Sharp. You're out.
Oh, JG, the whole arena was depending on you. We were all rooting for you. Damian always putting on the show.
Who says you can't go for gold without them for? Get the brands you want, the prices you want, whenever you want. TJ Maxx, where you can always afford
All right.
TJ Maxx.
Hi, I keep my home fresh.
I really appreciate you guys following along at the half. Again, I didn't expect as many people in here that were just walking in and out. I know everybody stayed, but still, I'll take what I can get on that side. So we go out there some of the NBA scoreboard. So let's go to the NHL scoreboard. There wasn't a lot of games on tonight. So finals, there's only 2 of them. It was actually 3. So the Sens upset the Islanders. Islanders are kind of falling down a little bit in the Metro. Sens go to 21, 23, and 3. Islanders 23, 22, and 5. They get a 2-1 win over the Islanders. The Maple Leafs, they edge the Rangers in OT, so the Rangers get a point. We'll take a look at that box score, a little bit more interesting in my eyes. So Pontus Holmberg got his 5th this season from Joey Anderson and Alexander Kerfoot. Filipino on a pair of goals in the second period, but it was Timothy Liljegren and then Mitch Marner from Liljegren. So not the biggest names being able to score the most of the goals on that side, and a part of the kid line of Filipino always helped the Rangers get a point as Ilya Samsonov got the win. Another great performance for him. He was one of those guys I thought that, at least in my fan vote, he should have made the All-Star team. But again, the fan vote aside, you want to put the popular players in. But Samsonov, the 1-year deal, that was excellent job by Kyle Dubas. Igor Shesterkin was actually outdone by Samsonov. Like I said, 29-27. Samsonov only gave up a couple. And then on, I'll have to send that message. And then Shesterkin made 32 out of 35.
Take a look at the NBA all-time three-point make list. Reggie Miller 25-60 in the fourth quarter, 24-50. Lillard 22-91. Passing BC. With Gay's looking back at the bench, and there's confusion. Yep. Now, Will Hardy is marking as he brings him over to the bench. He had to use a timeout he did not want to use there with 2:12 remaining. It looked like Rudy Gay's in no man's land looking back at the bench, saying ready to go.
There's one of 2 reasons for that. Either Rudy Gay just did not know the play, which kind of seems somewhat unlikely from a veteran like him.
I'm just going to go ahead and flip back to our game right now. Portland is a little bit out in front here of the Utah Jazz. I'm going to make sure I flip back in our game. It's 97-82 on that live look-in. I think our game is going to be getting underway right now, so I'm going to flip back. I don't want to miss anything on that side. Might miss a minute like we missed the first minute because we couldn't watch the first minute. So we're in a commercial break. So I imagine they just came back from the half, is from what I thought I saw. So we weren't really missing anything but 30 seconds as the timeout was immediately called. So it's 60-54 now. Golden State with the 6-point lead. It's back to their biggest at the half. Let me see if I can get this game cast side if I can tell you exactly what happened. So Grizzlies took a timeout as Klay Thompson canned the three. And that's all we missed was a three. So once we come back in from the break, from this break they took again with Taylor Jenkins, then we'll be good.
Nothing scary about Energizer Ultimate League. The #1 longest lasting AA battery. Sorry to interrupt your American sports game.
Are you one of the millions surprised by Verizon and AT&T raising your rates last year? You have rights. I'm not entirely sure what they are because I'm not a lawyer.
Just a jump in the chat.
But I do know this. T-Mobile has a price lock guarantee. That means they won't raise the rates for your talk, text, and data. Ever. Join T-Mobile and experience a price lock guarantee. A guarantee you won't get back. That's a guarantee. Am I saying guarantee too much?
Act now and get more than line for $25 a month.
With Prime Video, explore glow ups, breakups. We have to get them back. And mess ups. Do you think this is funny?
I do.
Even add on your perfect match. Prime Video lets
Yes, I'm trying to get a call squared away with Griffin Cass on that side for next week. So we'll do a basketball assignment. I'll run the color and he'll run the play-by-play. He's a lot better than I am. He's won a school at Quinnipiac. He's a professional announcer, so he can handle that side. And I wanted to work with him, but last few times you're trying to doing a game, sometimes the schedule doesn't work out. So that's the way it goes. Still waiting for this commercial break. Well, again, let me give you the particulars. It's a 60-54 lead for the Golden State Warriors over the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 7-0 run for Golden State to start the quarter.
It was an intense 6-game conference semifinal series between the Warriors and the Grizzlies a season ago. Morant going down in game 3. The Warriors getting shellacked in game 5 before game 6 play showing up.
So it's a 7-0 run to start the third quarter as we missed about the first minute. Morant going to go left to right across your radio dial in this second half, and he was already going up for the lob inconspicuously. Nothing was even set up there on that side. So this will get picked up for Dillon Brooks as he cans a three, so that closes out a 7-0 run for Golden State, although they still have a 60-57 lead at the Chase Center. John here with you on the call. It's Draymond Green trying to get around Brandon Clarke and now Jordan Poole as Morant on him. Kuminga now with Green, bounce pass to a cutting Thompson. He's going to draw the foul, though, so he'll be at the line to shoot 2 free throws. Again, Golden State, they won the NBA title last season. It doesn't really look like it when you have a 23-24 record. They win, they'll get back to 500. And Memphis, at worst, they'd still be second in the West if they win 31-17. Desmond Bane's got his third foul. 6 points on the night right now. As one of the Splash Brothers and Klay Thompson going to go to the line to shoot 2, where he's very good at that, just like Steph is. So I have the particulars in there for the first half in the comments section. And on the question board, although I screwed that up, I should have put, do the Grizzlies in the losing streak tonight? Because the Warriors only have 1 loss. Grizzlies lost 3 straight. So they're the ones that really have to get going. Although if you look at the record for the Warriors, you can see why I would screw that one up and go the other way. So picked up now off of the 3 as this is Tillman that got canned. And he fell down and knocked down the 3 anyway. Klay Thompson from way downtown at the top of the key almost got tipped in the air by Poole. As we're going back to the half and half on the screen, it's Brandon Clarke. That's going to be an offensive foul. He got the push off on Draymond Green. I'm not going to let you do that, and took him right down in the restricted area. 10:03 left to go in the third quarter. It's back to a 1-point game. 61-60 is the score line. Golden State back up by 1. 9:50 left to go in the third quarter. Jordan Poole, right wing three over Morant. Missed the front of the rim of Brandon Clarke. Almost ran into Desmond Bane to get that rebound, but he got it anyway. Now Morant getting down the lane. He got half swatted, but they're going to call the foul on that first against Golden State. So Steve Kerr, again, the charity stripe the free throw line. The parade continues, I should say, because that's all it's really been right now is foul after foul after foul. But the one thing I would forgive is anyone trying to stay in front of Morant. It's nigh impossible. 6 of 13 from the field as he missed another free throw. That's his, fourth miss? Fifth miss for Ja? My goodness. I didn't think he was that poor at shooting free throws. I think this just had an off game. Ja. Second one is good. So 61 of 61 is 3 of 8 from the free throw line. That does not sound like Ja. 938. This is 75% of the season, so his numbers are way lower than they normally are right now. So the worst free throw shooting team in the NBA is Memphis, considering that's what they're saying, according to Ryan Rasuko and JJ Redick. That is not going to do you wonders when you get into playoff time because they'll just hack you and take you right to the line. So Dillon Brooks has 3 fouls. Bane has 3 fouls. So now Memphis is in the same kind of trouble that Golden State was, but they only have 2 on that side, not 3 on the Splash Brothers and Poole. Curry with the pass to Kuminga. In between 2 players, it was like peanut butter and jelly right there trying to go to the lane. No chance for Kuminga, but they're going to call the foul on Memphis. So Curry, nice little pocket pass. It was Jaren Jackson Jr. and Brandon Clarke came by to say hello, and they knocked down Jonathan Kuminga, the 20-year-old, pretty hard there. So the G League Ignite player is going to go to line to shoot 2. This one will break the tie if he hits it. So it's now 62-61 with 9:24 left to go in the third quarter. So I'm going to go back to this ESPN box score. If any of you have any questions here on the YouTube side, go ahead and leave some comments. If you want to follow along on the Twitter Spaces side, it's the same handle, at John Raynaud. If you want to get some clear audio or interact with me during the broadcast. So Morant, as Kuminga makes both. He's got 11 points and 4 from the field and 4 assists. Morant takes his time, gives it back to Clarke now. 9 seconds to go on the shot clock. Cans a 3 from the top of the key. Memphis has the lead again, 64-63. It's been a back and forth game. It's been low scoring. Poole, beautiful find in between the legs. Gets Draymond Green an easy cut to the rim. 65-64. Golden State back in front. Ja. Leaving now for Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks gets a screen from Clarke. Brooks tries to get down the lane. He got cut off by Klay Thompson. Klay just doing one of these. Wondering what the heck did I do? That's going to be his third. And Jordan Poole, you get a previous replay, that pocket pass, and that was right in between Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ja. You can't do that any better. As he was looking the other way and passed it the other way. That's exactly how you have to do it. So Brandon Clarke at the line. He's got a chance for 2. He makes both. It'll give Memphis the lead once more. Makes the first, ties the game at 65. 8:42 left to go in the third. John Under with you from Chase Center. Thursday on TNT, the doubleheader is the Knicks and the Celtics with the Mavs and the Suns. The Suns have been an utter disappointment this year, and the Mavs, according to Luka, they're still right where they kind of need to be, hanging around. Boston Celtics have been the class of the league. So Dillon Brooks with 8, he knocks down both. Memphis back up 66-65. Jordan Poole. Cross-court pass to Klay Thompson. Klay falls from 12. Awkward-looking shot. Tipped in by Kuminga. There's the athleticism of the young fella. It's now 67-66. Morant. Now to Brooks. Up and under off the Euro. Are they going to count the basket is the question. Yes, they will. This will count the basket off the N1. That was Desmond Bane. So Klay was just trying to force anything, and great job by Kuminga. He jumped at the perfect time as the ball was off the cylinder to give Golden State the lead, but now this can go back the other way again with the N1. So Memphis can try to go up two if Desmond Bane will knock down the N1 opportunity. He made the Euro step down the lane off the front of the rim and in. So he completes the N1 play, and Memphis back up by 2 now. This has been a lead that's only been about 5 or 6 on both sides. This game's been close. Steph Curry behind the back, trying to get the shimmy as this goes down to Kuminga. Gives it back to Steph with 8 seconds working the shot clock from the left wing. Step back. Curry can't find the space. Draymond falls down with 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. 7:57 to go in the third. We'll see if it's a foul against the Grizzlies. Maybe Brandon Clarke. So 14 of 20 free throw shooting is Memphis. 12 of 15 is Golden State. Not particularly bad on that side. 3-point shooting could use a little bit of improvement on both sides. As we're going to be going to the free throw line, I believe, as Golden State is already in the bonus again. This is Draymond as he knocks down the first. I'm going to pull back up this ESPN box. We're still waiting for Draymond on the second side. So 7 of 17 is Golden State shooting threes for 41%, 7 of 19, 36% for the Grizzlies, as Draymond can only split the pair. So Memphis only up by 1. So picked up by Brooks inside. Jaren Jackson Jr. He's got the space. Hook and hit over Draymond. Memphis back up by 3 now, 71-68. Donte DiVincenzo right wing gives it to Draymond. Baseball pass off the backside of Dillon Brooks. Ja wide open right wing 3 off the front of the rim and skied by Draymond. Curry looking for the breakout. Donte DiVincenzo Euro. That one got knocked away. Should be last off Memphis. Last off of Dillon Brooks. As Donte DiVincenzo might be the trigger man with 17-20 out of bounds in the third. 71-68 is your scoreline. John there with you, following along on ESPN tonight. Not having to use the NBA League Pass. This is the double dip of the NBA Wednesday. Klay from DiVincenzo. Now inside from Draymond Green. Tried to reverse it as Klay. He fell down hard. Grabbed at his head there momentarily. Desmond Bane. Jaren Jackson Jr. thought about the 3. Now leaves it for Ja. Ja's got all sorts of space from Kuminga. See what he wants to do with it. Fakes it. Holds. Lob pass for Clarke. Backdoor cut over Draymond's head. And are we going to get a technical foul? A little bit of barking on the Memphis side, but still a beautiful looking pass by Ja. He was on the right wing. He waited. And Clarke just jumped over Draymond's head or right around it. And Draymond gave him one of these. He didn't like it. He said, get the heck out of here. So Brandon Clarke called for a technical foul. I believe Draymond as well. Draymond is no stranger to technical fouls. Unless you've been in a basketball coma, you've known that for about this last decade. So this is going to be Golden State basketball. It's 73-68. Memphis with the lead. 14 techs, most in the NBA for Dre. Steph, right to left. He's just going to launch it from 35 feet off the front of the rim. DiVincenzo tries to get the miss, but he can't do it. Now Memphis can expand the lead. It's Dillon Brooks. Now here for Desmond Bane. Hits the 3. Memphis got their biggest lead now. 76-68. It's an 8-point lead. Steve Kerr, he's running out of lottery tickets, like we said, with these timeouts. He's going to take it as Memphis takes an 8-point lead. Come right back.
Newcomer Chris Paul is maintaining a narrow lead in these final years. Here comes an opponent closing the gap, 1 foot in front of the other. They are battling it out. And Chris Paul edges ahead. Those are the hips of a champion.
At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We know y'all can cook real good, but sometimes the family just wants Popeyes for dinner. And since our 10-piece box packs lots of our juicy mixed signature chicken that everyone can enjoy, you want him too. Get it only at Popeyes.
Invention is an act of determination to go where you couldn't before. Achieve goals that once felt out of reach. That's why Honda engineers didn't just redesign the Pilot Trail Sport. They built the most off-road capable Honda SUV ever. The all-new Pilot Trail Sport, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
All those signs on the $2 crates are under $2, so you can get something tasty without breaking the bank. Sonic on the $2 crates. Let's get ready to ride on!
It's Rivals Week in the NBA, y'all. This is crew versus crew. This is what it's all about. Squad against squad. It's basketball events with an extra edge. Monster matchups with history old and new. This is really good. I'm playing rivalry. This is intensity. This is energy.
This is NBA Rivals Week.
The future. The way you see it will simply depend on where you sit. At Exeter.
So we're in the break of the third quarter. It's a 76-68 lead for Memphis. The 8-point lead is the largest of the game for either team. It was 6:34 in the third. Scoring sounds like this. The leaders, Morant with 19, starting to heat up a little bit in the second half. He's a plus 11 on the floor. Steph Curry with 15. Kuminga with 13. I think Kuminga has been pretty good. He's starting 5 of 5, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He's got 13 points. And Draymond Green, 7 points, 10 rebounds. Got to give it up for Draymond. He's showing a little bit more than he usually does on that side. And that's not a shot. That's just the truth.
The future still feels good. Visit Xchair.com to find out how you can own an Xchair for only $20 a month. Xchair.com.
Right, we're going to JJ Redick welcoming you back to San Francisco. Now, athletes often remember their games, JJ, but you have a particular talent when it comes for remembering specifics of every game you've ever played in the NBA. We've tested you a couple times. It's always crazy. So we just had a couple technical fouls in this game. So let's put a little enemy stump JJ here. Can you remember how many
76-68, your scores are back underneath the action now. Steph Curry. He's got the Chase Center logo. Steph with the step back, got it momentarily knocked away by Ja. He has to pick it up again off the third effort. Brandon Clarke will get it. Ja down the lane. Lays it in over Anthony Lamb. And now Memphis has a 10-point lead. Curry got to get it going now. Leaves it for Anthony Lamb. Can't get around the contact of Triple J, I believe he's affectionately called. But he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. I didn't really see anything that Jaren Jackson Jr. did wrong. But with 5:59 left to go in the third end, Golden State in the bonus, they're going to go to the line to shoot free throws the rest of the way in this third quarter. So Lamb will miss the free throw. He's still got one more coming to try to make this a 78-69 lead. And Draymond always has, like, he always gets shocked kind of face. I don't know why he always has it, but it always makes me laugh. 15 seasons for 6 NBA teams for JJ Redick. They pan right back to Draymond Green. So Ja will take this left to right now here for Memphis. Slowly up the court is Ja. Rocks the cradle with the dribble. Now he's going to try to make the pass in between 3 Warriors. He finds Zaire Williams. He can't buy a bucket from 3. He's probably got to look the pass at some point. He's tried about 7 of those, and he's missed them all. Klay Thompson trying to drive baseline. Extra pass here for Lamb, and Lamb got a much easier one this time as he laid it right in. Memphis up 78-71 now. As Ja, walking the dog, as they affectionately say, holds that dribble, waiting for the shot clock to finally start. Ja wants that full 24 seconds. That's why you end up doing those things. As it goes back to Jaren Jackson. Miss it off the front of the rim. Tries to get his own rebound. He does, and he slams it home over Looney. 80-71 as Jaren Jackson Jr. gets the pumpkin back. Donte DiVincenzo. Down the lane to Looney. He got cut off. Anthony Lamb going to shoot it. He missed it short up front of the rim. You could see that as soon as he released it. Curry, he gets a second opportunity. You can't let that man get one. It's 80-74 now as Steph, the NBA all-time leader in three-point shooting, gets him within 6. Ja has it on the right wing side now. It's Brandon Clarke. Give back to Ja. We got an off-the-ball foul call. This should stay with Memphis. I didn't particularly see what it was, but I just knew with the whistle in hand, that's probably going to be what the call is going to be. It's Steph Curry just hit it right in Zaire Williams' grill off the second opportunity. So Looney, when he gets it right back to Steph, I mean, that's about as easy as you do. It doesn't matter if there's a hand in the face or not. It's Steph. He's showing you that. So Steph, 18 points, 5 of 12 shooting, 2 of 6. You got a long extended rest in that first quarter when he had 2 fouls on played 5 minutes. Brooks missed it up in front of the rim, cleared by Curry, brings it across the timeline now, as Curry has it now off the push-off, get around Brandon Clarke. Anthony Lamb down the lane trying to get around Desmond. Bane, good job to get the Euro and put his head down. It's now 80-76. He's trying to use that size to his advantage. As the ads continue to shine across the floor. Don't know if we like those, but the NBA needs to pay their bills. So picked up now by Ja. Ja down the lane. He tried to jam it over Looney. He really did. He tried to just throw it over the top of his head. I didn't even see an angle to try to do that, but he drew the foul. Maybe that was just an extenuated circumstance to try to find a way to draw that foul. I didn't even see how he got enough elevation to do so. But it is Ja. He's got that 99 dunk rating. This according to Ronnie and 2K side of it. I haven't seen any backdoor lobs for Ja just yet, though. So we'd probably do at least one. So timeout for Taylor Jenkins, unless we're getting an off-the-ball foul against the Warriors on Brandon Clarke, as he took a tumble near the players' bench. So Curry's going to pick up his third. 80-76 is your score. Memphis back up by 4 now. They were up by as many as 8. And wow, if you're telling me Steph Curry can knock down Brandon Clarke like that, well, excuse me, because it doesn't even weigh that much of a wet towel. So Tyus Jones going to go to the free throw line for the Tech. He knocks it down. So Memphis back up by 5. Steph has 3 fouls. In the NBA, you get 6. In college, you get 5. Jordan Poole's got 4. Steph and Klay, both the Splash Brothers, have a combined 6, 3 aside. And one of those minus likes might be a Memphis fan or some of my commentary. I apologize. Sometimes can't take things too seriously as much on the NBA side as compared to the NHL. Maybe that's just one of the things that I do. So this is a lob for Morant, and they just miss it there. That was a chance for Zaire Williams. Step back for Klay. Hand in his face. Didn't matter. Knocks it down. And Golden State back within 2 now. And now this definitely is a timeout for Taylor Jenkins. 3:36 left to go in the third. As Golden State trying to make inroads at the Chase Center. And we get a timeout. Come right back. So as we hit our commercial break in the third, it is 81-79. Golden State has a 1-point deficit in this quarter. It's 27-26, the score by quarter in the third. Curry with 21. He is tied with Ja as the game's leading scorer at the moment. Again, hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com. We will have the complete game story with the play-by-play. This doesn't have any of the extracurriculars. This is just the game story in general with the play-by-play. And I admit that I screwed up the vote thing. I didn't want to take it down, though. I should have said, do the Grizzlies break the losing streak tonight? Because they've lost 3 straight. The Warriors don't need to break anything. They've only lost 1. But again, if you look at their record, like I said, on the 23-24 side, maybe it is more important for the Warriors to win this one tonight. But we'll see what happens. It's a 2-point game. This is a game that's been close, but it's a game Throughout the first, especially, it's been very sloppy with the turnover side of it. The second quarter started to heat up and percolate a bit, but still, you think these teams would be closer to the 100 spot the way the NBA is right now. So Brandon Clarke has it as he gives it to Ja. Ja on the right wing side. Gets down the lane. Here's the lob for Clarke, and that was too easy as nobody picked him up. Kevon Looney didn't want any business to get dunked on. 83-79. Here comes Steph, right to left across your radio dial. Down to 3 minutes. Left to go in this third. Steph off the step back into Anthony Lamb. As Steph is being hounded, baseline floater, he'll go. This one gets picked up by Looney. Tried to reset it here for Steph, and they knew that. Donte DiVincenzo double clutches and puts it in. Good work there. Good athleticism by the former Milwaukee Buck. 83-81. Tyus Jones gets the pass to Morant. DiVincenzo with the outstretched arm almost got a piece of it. Euro here for Ja on the up and under. And he lays it in, the second circus layup of the game for Ja. DiVincenzo down the lane. Extra pass. Kevon Looney leaves it for Curry. Good screen. Falls down. Hits the three. And I think he's got an opportunity for a 4-point play. Who else but Steph Curry? Jamal Crawford was the master of that with Jay crossover. And Jordan Poole doing one of these. I like it anytime you see JP show a little emotion, but that's just the Michigan man on my side as Steph Curry definitely gets hit. He falls into the players' ball. He falls into the crowd, I should say, off the double coverage attempt, and that's a 4-point play for Steph. MVP chance for Steph, as you would expect. The Chase Center crowd loves him. They love both the Splash Brothers. Hell, they love their Warriors. Even if there's some of them bandwagon fans, I think a lot of the lifers there for Golden State and the Warriors. You got to be happy with that. It's not about Bob Myers and wanting a new contract. That's about drafting guys like Curry, Thompson, and Green, all within that span of time. That sets it up. Jones for three from the right wing, air ball. That's going to be a delight of the crowd. They were already set to have the roof pop off when Curry completed the 4-point play, and now they're giving it to Tyus Jones. Tied the game at 85, did Steph. We'll see what he's got for an encore after the 4-point play. Is he feeling himself? Is he going to shoot a long three? Is he going to run a play? Steph, step back mid-range off the front of the rim and skied by Baldwin. Baldwin will get this one. He might put his head down, and he might draw a foul. That was Jaren Jackson Jr. That was Baldwin, excuse me. 1:50 left to go in the third. We are tied at 85. This is a game where Memphis has been up by as much as 8, but nothing's ever really gone away. And geez, if you want to stay up late on the Eastern side, 3:30 a.m. Eastern is the women's semifinals in Melbourne, Australia for the Australian Open. But again, on that side, you're getting to the early morning. But I mean, in the Australia side, with 3:30 a.m. Eastern, hell, maybe by the time this game story and everything else is done, it'll be before 3 a.m. for me. Is we're at 12:08 with fourth quarter still to go, maybe more. So Jaren Jackson Jr. at the line trying to make both. He does. So once he got the rebound, he went coast to coast. I almost said coast to Koofus because we always laugh about that one. Coast to coast. It's now 87-85. Curry against Aldama. He's finally getting some time off the bench. Curry gets down the lane. You're going to leave it for Anthony Lamb on the left wing side. Missed it all. I thought Curry might just take that floater. Aldama collects the rebound, gets it across half court. Bane open, step back three. Yes. Great move by Desmond Bane, and don't know why he's not hustling back on defense, though. Jaren Jackson Jr. gets the steal on Curry, so I guess JJJ's got it. Picked it up now for Bane. Euro down the lane. Reverses, hits. Desmond Bane with 5 straight points. It's a 7-0 run for Memphis. 92-85 now. They have the edge. Curry probes, lays it in. Off the half step in the scoop. 92-87. 50 seconds left to go in this third. Steph's got 24 on 7-16 shooting. Ja getting his signal set up. He wants a screen from Semi Aldama. Gets it now. Ja down the lane with the half floater. Draws the foul. To the dismay of the Golden State crowd, but Ja is really good at that. So we haven't really seen a lot of the jams from Ja. but he has gotten a line. He's drawn the fouls. He's kind of got some of those up and under finishes. He's had a couple double clutch reverses and put in as well. So Josh showing the athleticism, but he hasn't dunked on any bodies just yet. With 43 seconds, something on the third. His first free throw is good. He's going to try to give Memphis a 7-point lead. As Desmond Bane is trying to make sure some of his signals are correct to his teammates. 17 points, 6 of 11 from the field, and 2 of 5 from distance. So Desmond Bane shooting 40% in this game. He is above 40% free throw shooter. He's one of the best. Jai makes both. 94 to 87. Steph now will bring this across your radio dial right to left. Up and under a couple times around Semi Aldama. Baseball pass in there. Jermichael Green. He'll finish it. As this is called against Tyus Jones. 94-89. Golden State trying to get to the 90-point marker. We'll see if they can get to the century marker before Memphis does. But they'll potentially have to catch up on 4 more points. Try to get this to 94-90. So Jermichael Green's going to have a chance for an and one with 32 seconds left to go in the third. John here with you from Chase Center. I'm your NBA play man right now, watching on the nightcap of ESPN NBA Wednesday, so no league pass needed tonight. This is a flex assignment from Denver and Milwaukee, as Denver was missing 4 starters, including Jokic, Murray, and Porter, so we just flexed to the late game. So we'll stay up late with you on the East Coast. 94-90 the score line. Ja has it at the right wing side as he'll step back. He has Curry in front of him. Spin. Extra pass Bane. Gets his man to blow by and hits the fadeaway shot from the right wing from 18 feet. Memphis up by 6. The Golden State Warriors, 4 seconds to get this shot off. That's Anthony Lamb. Lost the dribble by Bane. Can Curry collect? No, they're going to run out of time. 96-90 as Bane hit the buzzer beater of sorts with 6 seconds left. And good defense by Memphis to cancel out any opportunities for Golden State. That's 2 times at the end of the quarter they could not get a shot off. So when we get to the fourth, Memphis up by 6. Come right back. So the quarter score in that one was Memphis 42. They've started to simmer. They had 22 in the first, 32 in the second, 42 in the fourth. So these teams are starting to find their offenses. Golden State in the same vein, 24 in the first, 29 in the second, 37 in the third. But they are down by 6, 96-90 as we start the third quarter. So New York gets a 2-point edge over the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's 105 to 103. We'll go back to the rest of the scoreboard. We'll see what else is on tap. So it's Spurs-Lakers. Lakers down 82-76. Anthony Davis just turned it over. The Trailblazers all over the Jazz. They're going to win this one, although the final score isn't indicative yet. It's 130 to 120. Trailblazers are going to win. They're going to improve to 23-25. Jazz will fall to 25-26. Our game's heading in the fourth. Grizzlies up 96-90. Your other finals that we did not get to, let's see. The Bucks, they beat the Nuggets 107-99. That was the only other one I don't think we covered. The Raptors got a convincing one over the Kings. 113-95. The Kings fall to 27-20. Raptors improved to 22-27. 7-15 away from home. And the Kings fall to 16-11 at home. At the Golden One Center, is that what it's still called? I'll have to look that up. Because that's a heck of a pull-up by me. Yes, it's the Golden One Center.
It's the lavender for me.
So then if you don't get your moisturizing on top of your body wash. You have all the ingredients you in your fridge. But ask yourself this. Of all the times you've made it at home,
Has it tasted like our
New customers get our best deals on all.
I appreciate you guys following along on the YouTube side and a couple people that jumped in and out on the Twitter Spaces. A lot more foot traffic than I could have ever expected, honestly, but it's probably because it's been a while since I covered an NBA game. So once this is done, we're going to have the game story and the play-by-play and everything will up on opalsports.wordpress.com. And then tomorrow, probably the last assignment for the week, it'll be Tampa Bay Lightning against the Boston Bruins. This should be a really good hockey game on tap. Alec Nav is going to join me on that one. And if he has the opportunity, we'll probably take some of the play-by-play and I'll mix in the color unless he's got the roommate around and can't do it. I'll take the play-by-play for tomorrow for Tampa Bay and Boston Bruins on that side for tomorrow's game. But that'll be what's going to be on tap for tomorrow. We'll see what happens for Saturday. Friday, I think, is going to be the off day with the fiance for me. So I'll have to let Cooper Hopkins know that I can't cover Calgary and Seattle on the Friday side, although I want to. But I don't know if he's going to be available either. So fourth quarter time, Memphis up 96-90 as this goes back now to Tyus Jones. So part of the bench is out there right now for Taylor Jenkins' squad. So Desmond Bane will get this one inside to Baldwin. Now back to Bane. He's going to fall away from 18. That was a tough shot. Could have really got something better, but this will go back down to Jordan Poole. He's going to go right to left in this fourth quarter. Again, Golden State, they don't have the logo across the front. It's just the blue and gold with the numbers in the front of it. It says this is cross pass extra one from Donte DiVincenzo. Baseline for Anthony Lamb, trying to give back to DiVincenzo. It's a battle on the floor. Anthony Lamb has it, tries to save it, and Golden State's going to run out of time. That is the 17th turnover for the Golden State Warriors. They are 23-24 as 10th in the West. I believe they're going to stay so even if they lose, but that just does not sound very Golden State-like, does it? So Tyus Jones now will go left to right this fourth quarter. Memphis trying to go to 32-16. They'll stay second in the West regardless of the result. So picked up now by Tyus Jones. Give from Jaren Jackson Jr. Missed it short up in front of the rim. And Draymond will set up here with Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole looking to push. Spin move. Lost it out of the hands. This will stay with Golden State, though, as they got last knocked away by Baldwin. So 10:54 left to go in the final frame, unless we're going to need overtime. But it's a 6-point lead for the Memphis Grizzlies. As they said throughout their last 9 or 10 meetings or so, that this has been a differential between these two teams that have been at most a +4 for Memphis. So this is a game and series that's always been close. And this was a moved assignment for myself because I was supposed to cover Denver and Milwaukee, but with 4 starters being out, including Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Nikola Jokic, we just flexed this assignment in for late. So I'll step late with you on the East Coast and cover Memphis and Golden State. So Poole gets this off the trigger. Nice chop step in Euro, and he'll float it in from 8. So Golden State back within 4, 96-92. Jordan Poole's got 10, 4 of 8 shooting. Jaren Jackson, he tries to lay it in, and there was 4 Warriors in his face. And in amongst the Redwoods, he's going to draw the foul. This should be a shooting one, and this should take JJJ and put him back at the line. So for Jaren Jackson Jr., I can say this slightly from the local side, whether it's Michigan or Michigan State and Tom Izzo there for JJJ. He didn't play much at all. Tom Izzo didn't really care much for Jaren Jackson Jr. for whatever reason, but he still ended up being the second pick of the draft for Memphis. And despite having some early issues with health, he still got a nice-looking contract there for Memphis, and he's a really good player. So for whatever reason, he didn't get as much college burn, but he still got the same NBA burn that they expected because he's got a body and he can do a little bit of everything as far as shooting some threes. And wow, that's a heck of an acting job by Baldwin, and they didn't call that off the inbound side of it as it was Kuminga down to Jordan Poole. So they're giving Klay and Steph a little bit of a rest in this fourth. I imagine they're going to be there within the next couple minutes. Kuminga off the back down, power move, missed off the front of the rim, and rebounded by Baldwin. Now Bane has it as they'll give us across to JJJ. Fire the 3. Knock it down. So Memphis over the century mark as he cans the right wing three, 101-92. Jaren Jackson Jr., 16 points, 4 of 10 shooting, but he got 6 rebounds. Poole with another floater. What a beautiful one off the glass. Kissed it a pair of times and put it in. 101-94 now. Tyus Jones bringing this across the timeline. He's got DiVincenzo in his grill. Desmond Bane, Triple J, and Draymond Green will pick up the foul. That'll be his third. So Jordan Poole's got 3. I think Curry's got 3, and Klay still has 3. All the foul trouble that was acclimated in the first hasn't really boiled over just yet. But we still got 9:30 left to go in the fourth. Memphis up 101-94. Desmond Bane's pass somehow found Xavier Tillman. And the other Michigan State products can go to the line to shoot 2 with 9:30 left to go in the fourth. John on here with you on your play-by-play man. We're following along on ESPN NBA Wednesday. It's a nightcap. It's been a while since I did an NBA hardwood assignment, let alone a basketball assignment. But it's a nice change of pace for myself. As Xavier Tillman misses the first. So it's going to be Nuggets, Sixers on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Knicks Nets at 5:30, and Lakers Celtics at 8:30 p.m. Eastern will be the nightcap on ABC, according to NBA Rivals Week on Saturday at ABC. Which that makes sense. Those are long-term rivals, but you also want to maybe try to flex some of those games and put them on national TV that you want to watch. But that's just me. But you have the Celtics and the Lakers, but the Lakers are going one way and the Celtics are clearly going another. So Draymond leaves for Poole, right wing 3, and Jordan Poole's starting to simmer. 102-97 is he's got 7 straight points, 15 points in the game. Jaren Jackson Jr. off the front of the rim. Good rebound there by Baldwin amongst the trees. Blocked by Draymond. Tipped out of the air by DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo tries to save it. And where's the ball going to go? The Chase Center crowd wants to go this way for the Golden State Warriors. It was a good block by Draymond Green, but it was a good effort by Baldwin to try to get a chance of it. But this will go to Poole. Step back shot. The whistle had blown. So the opportunity is not going to count. Is it already going to go the other way with an off-ball screen? I think it is. An offensive foul will go against Jonathan Kuminga. That is number 4 for the young man on a G League night. Again, you're not seeing James Wiseman. You don't see much of Jonathan Kuminga nowadays either, but they're still just 20 years of age. So hopefully at some point they can break through in this Golden State Warriors lineup and be some linchpins, because you would expect them to be that at least. So Tyus Jones. Now Tillman. Tillman going to leave this one here for Bane. Splits the defense, trying to get around Looney. Missed it all. Tillman gets blocked by Green again. And saved by Looney. Golden State trying to play some defense here. It's 102-97. Golden State behind. They're at home with the Chase Center. Jordan Poole, step back 3. Off too hard off the front of the rim. And skied the rebound by Tillman. Picks it up now here for Triple J. Trying to get around DiVincenzo. And he pushed with the off-stretch hand. Can't do that as it's going the other way. And it's going to be Golden State basketball with 8:18 left in the fourth. John out here with you on the call is Taylor Jenkins trying to bark out some signals now. He's just clapping his hands and telling his team not to worry about it right now. They're playing another close game against the Golden State Warriors. It's kind of the way that this goes right now. According to ESPN, over the last stretch of about 15, 16 games, just a +4 differential here for Memphis. Klay Thompson. Half the Splash Brothers will check in. Thompson, inside pass to Looney. He almost lost it, but he had time to corral. Stretch pass for Draymond Green. It was Michigan State crime to Michigan State crime as Tillman gets the interception. And now Draymond with his third block in the fourth quarter. He emphatically says, get the bleep out of here, and knocks that one away as he's really starting to assert some dominance here. And again, it's anytime it's Jaren Jackson or Xavier Tillman going down the lane, it's Michigan State crime on Michigan State crime. But this might be free throws, but I really don't see how Draymond should have been called for that for as much as he gets called for fouls. Let's just being honest. He's got 3 blocks, 6 assists, and like 8 rebounds and whatever else it said. So Draymond's actually doing a little bit of everything, as he usually does. But it's not just triple single for Draymond like Charles Barkley likes to affectionately say. That's more the 5-5-5 side, not the quintuple fives, when that used to be something that mattered. So picked up now by Jordan Poole. The free throw was split the pair, so it's 103-97. Golden State down by 6. Poole explodes down the lane. He's going to draw the foul, I believe. That will send him to the line. Jaren Jackson Jr. doesn't like it. 7:41 left to go in this fourth. He's got 5 fouls, so yes, this would be time for Taylor Jenkins to get him the heck out of the game right now, because you might need him in the last 3 minutes of the contest. Good athletic move by Jordan Poole, and I just can't be helped to be proud of everything that I've seen of this late first-round pick. I knew he was good at Michigan, but I never expected in the wildest dreams that Jordan Poole would be this good. In Golden State, it seemed like when Klay and Steph had spent a lot of that time in the injured list, that Jordan Poole kind of just channeled his inner Steph Curry, if you will. So 5 fouls on Jaren Jackson, 3 on Bane, 4 on Kuminga, 4 on Poole, 3 fouls on Klay and Steph. That's what we have right now in the situation. So it's 103-99. It's going to be made both here for Jordan Poole. As this is picked up there nicely. Good give and go for Brandon Clarke from Morant. And for whatever reason, Brandon Clarke got the red carpet. Here's Jordan Poole. He's getting a lot of time in the fourth quarter. Haven't seen Steph just yet. Poole gets the screen from Draymond. Poole gives it to Draymond. Off the give back. Falling away. Is this a push-off? Offensive foul going to be called against Draymond Green. 105-99. That's Draymond's fourth. So it was an illegal screen. He got the elbow into the mouth of Zaire Williams. It was a little one at that, but still, that had to be called. Good job by the referee. Draymond always doing those. Always makes me laugh. It never fails. So Morant will pick it up. His pass to Brandon Clarke. Cross court now to Dillon Brooks. Brooks up and under attempt. Over DiVincenzo. Made it anyway off the high glass. Difficult shot at that. It's now 107-99. The lead's back up to 8. The most it's been. Klay looking for the step back. Instead drops it off to DiVincenzo. Draymond now to Donte. DiVincenzo right wing side. Shot clock down to 5. Half spin. Pass deflected. Draymond. Somebody got to find it. And was this last touched by Golden State? I believe it was. The ball is turned over. 107-99. We're going to step aside with immediate timeout, apparently. 6:32 left to go as Steve Kerr grabs the whiteboard. Golden State down by 8. Come right back.
What if I need help picking a plane?
State Farm's here to help.
What up, Bo? Hey, guys. What if he's not actually set for?
Good? Yeah, I'm good. Good work today, boys. It's a living.
At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Nissan's electric vehicles run with a special kind of electricity. The kind that moves you in remarkable ways. The kind that pushes you forward. That powers you to embrace adventure. Igniting your soul to make every ride feel truly electric. We've traveled more than 8 billion miles, marking the difference between an electric car and a truly electrifying one. This is just the beginning.
Oh, hey. What? Oh, don't judge me, man. Alcohol free.
Be right back.
So we're in the middle of our commercial break. It's 107.99. 6:32 left to go in this fourth. Grizzlies, they've been percolating throughout the first, second, and third, just like Golden State. 22 points in the first, 32 in the second, 42 in the third. This has been a fourth quarter that has been a little bit of a foot stuck in the mud or quicksand, but that's okay. Grizzlies getting this clamped down on defense a little bit. They're up 107.99 as they have the 2-point edge in the fourth quarter as far as the box score, but a 107.99 edge as their leads back up to 8, the most it's been throughout this whole game. That's as close as this game has been, as Washington actually took a 127-126 over Dallas. My goodness. So let's see what Dallas is now. They're 25-24 on the season. Luka had 41 on 16 of 29 with 15 rebounds and 6 assists. That's just a one-man show in Dallas. I've said it so many times. Again, you NBA fans know this a lot better than I do, but I don't think that's the way that you get it done. He's going to be a generational player and a first-ballot Hall of Famer. But how many titles is Luka Doncic going to win with that team? I said this years ago when they drafted him. I wish they could have tanked for Dallas's sake. Again, this is a Detroit, Michigan fan talking on the side of it, but tank for their sake for like 2 or 3 years, and then you have maybe 4 or 5 titles that you can win with this guy. You got to get some other talented players around him. This isn't enough. Did Kristaps Porzingis even play? No, he did not. Bradley Beal did, 22. Kyle Kuzma had 30. Wow.
He's on a burner right now. He's had a number of big games recently. He's having a great season. I know the Blazers have fallen off a little bit after a hot start, but he's been great all season.
So I wanted to take a half a beat before we got into the play-by-play because I knew that Portland and Utah, Portland was going to win the game. Damian Lillard had a 60-piece tonight, 21 out of 29 shooting, 9 of 15 from 3. That gets tipped in the air by Aldama and in as Memphis back up by 10. 21 out of 29, 9 of 15 from 3, 9 of 10 from the line, 60 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals for Damian Lillard. Have a night as Klay Thompson gets the Golden State Warriors over the century mark. It's 109-102 the score. Klay Thompson with 19 and 4 of 7 from deep as we'll pull back into our official box score. Morant. Lob. This time Zaire Williams actually caught it with the 2 hands. They tried it a few times. It's 111-102. Grizzlies, they look in control right now as Jaws got 25 and 11, but it feels pretty quiet in all honesty because this game has had a lot of turnovers on both sides, especially from that slow first half. Thompson fading, missed the 3. This is not going to stay. This is actually going to stay for Golden State. There was so much booing there. They thought it was initially going to go the other way, but the ref quickly corrected himself before I could actually correct myself. So Ja with the backdoor lob there to Zaire Williams. Again, they tried that 3 different times. You couldn't catch it the first 2 times. And the live ads, just like they are in the NHL, they will interfere with the player's feet when it goes across, and it's very distracting as it's now switched to Coinbase. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, inside touch pass. Thompson with the reverse up and under with Morant all over his face. Makes it anyway. And now there is some talking points in between Klay and Ja. 111-104. It's 4:50 left to go in this fourth as we're getting close to gut check time. Ja taking his time. Shot clock down to 7. Still dribbling the basketball is Ja, working his way to the top of the key. Shot clock down to 3. Williams got the force, going to leave it to Ja instead. Step back from the Warriors logo. And Zaire Williams, for as many times as he shot when he was open and didn't make it, that time he forced Ja to even a tougher shot when he really should have taken it. And Ja had a hope and a prayer, and it was not answered. 101-104 for 4:34 left in the fourth. Draymond is on the floor right now. Steph Curry quickly across court. Now Draymond in control of the basketball, leaves for JP. Poole gets it to Curry right in his face. And Steph Curry makes it a 4-point game. Knocks down the three. 111-107. Timeout, Taylor Jenkins with 4:23 left to go in the final frame. Come right back. Commercial break.
Racing your race last year. You have rights. I'm not entirely sure what they are because I'm not aware. Just a joke, but I do know this. T-Mobile has price lock guarantee. That means they won't raise the rates of your drop texting data ever. Join T-Mobile and experience price lock guarantee. A guarantee you won't look back. That's a guarantee. Am I saying guarantee too much?
At now, get more than line for $25 a month.
Used to struggle with greasy messes. Now we just free play.
With Mr. Clean Free, covering messes is that easy. Clean Free's mess is 3 times more powerful, and it works on contact. Clean Free, just free, wipes done.
Why is it your grocery order arrives the second you remember everything you forgot to order? Like, without fail.
Who drank all the milk?
Fresh groceries and more. Unlimited free delivery at Web Plus.
So we're in the middle of a commercial break. Steph Curry just canned the three. It's 4:23 left to go in the fourth. It's a 111-107 lead for the Memphis Grizzlies. This has been a back and forth game. The highest lead of the game was 8 by Memphis, but it's never gone away, and it's never really been out of reach for either team.
Snickers satisfies.
Tomorrow, I'm going to be on the call with Alec Nava, the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Boston Bruins. That should be an excellent hockey game for those that are even remotely interested in hockey. Follow along on that side. You don't want to miss it.
Steph and Klay both hit big shots here in the fourth. Warriors hanging around. The quick release. He's so good off the ball at creating separation. Jumping ready to start that play with body to body with him.
Ja has the ball now. It's 111-107. He's got it at the top of the key on the right wing side. Trying to lab it in there for Clarke. And he's got it and the foul as he jumped over one of the Warriors' backs. So Ja hasn't caught any lobs himself, but he certainly dished them out. I believe that might be his 6th lob assist basket of the game. As Brandon Clarke, this was right over the top of Donte DiVincenzo. No chance for him to make the stop on that, but he missed the free throw. So it's 113-107. Brandon Clarke, 17 ones and 7 9 and 6 rebounds. Jordan Poole. Pocket pass now to Draymond. Draymond got it tipped away by Bane. This might go right to Steph Curry, and he laid it right in. Fortunate bounce there for the Warriors, but they'll take it. 113-109. Ja slowly left to right across the timeline. 3:40 left to go in this fourth quarter. It's a 4-point lead for Memphis. It's been a close game all the way through. This fourth quarter has been slow. 19-17 on the shot board. Good defense there by Jordan Poole as he knocked it away from Clarke. Poole down the lane, lays it in. 113-111. And Golden State within 2. It's a 9-2 run. Again, this is a game that's never really been away from either team. They keep hanging around, and here come the Warriors. They're only down 2. Morant, right wing side, trying to explode off DiVincenzo. Falls down the floor. The ball's tied up, and Curry's got it. The Warriors can take the lead. Klay Thompson gets his man off the step back, and he missed the shot. Oh my goodness, the Warriors could have taken the lead right there. Morant now can settle it down. 2:45 left to go in this fourth. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Still needs a pass outlet. It's Desmond Bane halfway on the Warriors logo. Launches the 3. It's air. Cut off by Draymond. And are they calling Draymond for the foul on Jaren Jackson Jr. as he bodied? He kind of did one of those little hockey body checks where he was cutting off Jaren Jackson Jr. to the ball. So Draymond, little body contact. He had the back side all covered to try to box him out off that rebound. And he did do a little bit of a left elbow push on that side of it. So we'll see which way this is going to go. If you're Jaren Jackson Jr., you don't want to take that contact, but this is Golden State Warrior ball, and JJJ's falling out. So Warriors have a chance to tie or take the lead, down 2. Curry with the pumpkin. Got it on the right wing side. Step back for 3. It's good! Steph Curry gives the Warriors the lead. 114. 113. They counted as a 2. That looked like a 3. Morant. He got hit. He wants the foul. And we'll see what they'll call. I thought Steph Curry hit a step back 3. Let's see if his foot was on the line. I got the secondary replay now. Boy, that was a long left fingernail or left toenail on the left foot. If that was not a 3, similar to the very Kevin Durant situation against the Milwaukee Bucks. If I say so myself, they might go to the video board to take a look at this to see if Steph indeed hit a 2 or a 3. It was at least a tie game right now. And I think the latest thing they might want to look at is if Draymond Green got a piece of Morant, a little bit close to the face, a little bit of the John Cena. So this is going to get challenged out of bounds on the floor. So we'll see if this is going to be Memphis or Golden State. So I'm not turning the recorder off on this side, so I'm not doing any extra little editing. But we'll stay here with you. Unless we are going to a commercial break, then I did it right. 2:06 on the fourth. This went off Curry's dome. So we are going to commercial break, so it's a good thing I turned off the recorder. We're tied at 113. We're just going to see whose basketball it is when we come back.
Switch to Verizon. For a limited time, get welcome unlimited for just $25 a line. $25? And it's guaranteed for 3 years.
Brilliant! Well, you would know. I'm switching.
I think the bike's probably faster.
Now is the best time to switch to Verizon for just $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years. The savings that last on the network you want. Verizon.
We have to live.
Sorry, Tex.
I'm so sorry. You never read anything you like it. Remember this started, you gotta fight it. Wait a minute. Oh, snap, Dallas just covered the spread. We got the money.
So Golden State winning this fourth quarter 23-17. It's a low-scoring fourth quarter at that. But it might get to the edge of the first quarter when it was 24-22. If you're just joining in, it's a buck 13 across for the score 113-113 with 2:05 left to go in the fourth between Memphis and Golden State. It's been a lead for Memphis. It's been as much as 8. Right now, we're just trying to see whose basketball this is. As Morant drove down the lane, it looked like it last went off of Steph Curry's side of his ear, and then maybe touched by Draymond. That's what I see off the secondary look. That's what was immediately challenged. So it's going to be Memphis. It's going to be Golden State basketball, actually. My goodness. So it is Golden State's ball. It's under 2 minutes left to go in this fourth. Curry gets it from Green. Did they fall for 3 again? Yes, they did. 155 left to go in this fourth. He cannot do that. It's Steph Curry. He's going to go to the line to shoot 3 free throws. Dillon Brooks got his hands in the air. He is the guilty party. I cannot believe that Memphis did this twice in the same game. They fouled Steph Curry from 3. And now when the Warriors, they seem like, I will never say out of it because it was only an 8-point deficit. At most, they kept hanging around. And then when you have Steph and Klay and Jordan Poole, they can take it home. So Steph looking for points 20 and 21, trying to give the Warriors a 3-point advantage with 155 left to go in this fourth. So Steph got one more free throw coming, trying to get them all. Yes, he does. 116, 113, that's what you'd expect from the chef. And now Ja. Across the Warriors logos, the fans are chanting defense. It's a 9-0 run for the Warriors. Desmond Bane from Ja Morant. Bane puts the shoulder down, and Draymond Green almost kicked Desmond Bane right in the midsection, just trying to anticipate a block side. I imagine Draymond's the one that's going to be called for a foul, as he's really giving lip to Desmond Bane. He is not walking away, and the refs are not they're being very acute with this whistle. They already know he's got a tech. So this is a 9-0 Golden State run, and Draymond Green is giving it to the referee as Desmond Bane steps to the free throw line. He's got one more coming. He makes the first. So Desmond, man, he got a push in the air, a push on push for Desmond Bane and Draymond Green. And Desmond was the beneficiary there. I think that was the way called up. He makes this to 1-point lead, and he missed again. Tapped up in the air. It's loose. Jordan Poole got it, and he threw it away. But it got deflected at the last moment by Tyus Jones. Wow. Unbelievable. You'd think you'd be a little bit more careful with the basketball if you're Jordan Poole. I have to say that honestly. Donte DiVincenzo will be the trigger man on the sideline out of bounds. See where they can get this to. It's the chef. Steph Curry's got it now. 1:30 left to go in the fourth. Steph trying to get around Dillon Brooks with the half spin. Working his way baseline. Klay is wide open. Instead, he hooks. He misses. Klay gets it back. Jordan Poole says, why not? From 30. And he missed it. Memphis has a chance to tie or take the lead now. And Taylor Jenkins says, hold on a minute. The ref has this going the other way. For what reason and what reason only? Are they calling an attack on Steph? A technical foul being called on Stephen Curry. And Steph Curry's ejected. Steph Curry is ejected, folks. 1:14 left to go in this fourth quarter. And why is Steph Curry ejected is the question on my mind. He wants to take off the jersey and chuck it. So Steph has the mouthpiece. He flung his mouthpiece in a little bit of a retort, and that's what got him ejected. He flung the mouthpiece, and that was what was not shown on the other side. He must have been yelling at the referee. He flung his mouthpiece. He got automatically ejected. Desmond Bane misses the free throw. Klay Thompson pumps his fist. Steph Curry, he wanted the shot from Jordan Poole, and he was mad that Jordan Poole took the shot from 30 feet. He wanted it. He got mad through the mouthpiece, got ejected. Very unlike Steph Curry. And we'll see what happens now if Golden State can hold on with one of half the Splash Brothers gone. It's Memphis basketball. They're down by 2. 1:05 left to go. This game's gotten very interesting all of a sudden. Ja gets the step, gets the blow-by, ties it at 116. 1:02 left to go in this fourth. It's a tie game. No Steph the rest of the way. He's been ejected for throwing the mouthpiece. And a timeout by Steve Kerr. Jordan Poole wants to make sure he gets the signals crossed. I imagine when they go back into the locker room, win, lose, or draw, Steph Curry might have some words for Jordan Poole. He was clapping for that basketball, and half of the rebound that Klay Thompson got, he gave it to Jordan Poole. He shot it from 30 feet when Steph wanted it. And the very next play, he just chucked that mouthpiece and got ejected. Not the time for that, though, because Steph, he had to have cooler heads prevail because he was really cooking in that second quarter, or in the second half, I should say. So scores tied at 116 with 56 seconds left to go in this fourth. John, on here with you. I'm your play-by-play man. I'm surprised we're not getting any comments in the comments section, but I appreciate you guys following along on the YouTube side and on Twitter Spaces. If you want that clear audio, if you want to follow in with me on Twitter Spaces, it's the same name, John Ryan Ott. It's a tie game right now, and Steph Curry has just been ejected. 116 is the scoreline. Jordan Poole's like, come on, man. And then Draymond Green's saying the same thing, and Steph is a little bit upset. So we have a meeting here with Steve Kerr as the timeout was called. Golden State want to get all their signals and everything else in a row. They have the basketball with 53 seconds left to go in this fourth. I know the ESPN box a little bit ahead of my feed, but I got 56 seconds left to go in the fourth if you're still sticking around with me on the YouTube side. There is a lot of intrigue and intensity right now at this moment in a tie game at 116 in the last minute of the fourth. Thompson, trigger man off the inbound. He'll get the offensive rebound back. It's DiVincenzo, right wing three. He missed it, tapped up in the air again. Klay Thompson with a third rebound. And now a foul is going to be called off the push-off against Golden State. And Steve Kerr has some words with the referee now. Steph Curry was ejected with 1:14 remaining in the game. Klay Thompson picks it up, pass across, and they call the travel off the pivot foot off the second rebound on Klay. Tie game. Memphis with the basketball. We're tied at 116. John, here with you at the Chase Center. It's been a while since we did an NBA game, and I'm glad we had a close one. Dillon Brooks for three. Contested and DiVincenzo on his face. Battle for the basketball. Undercut was Jordan Poole. And he got his left leg tangled underneath, and he is slow to get up. He fell hard on the floor off that back. This should be going the other way, and Golden State in the bonus should be shooting free throws. So Dillon Brooks missed the three. DiVincenzo, great contest. Undercut, Brandon Clarke. Jordan Poole, that one hurt Jordan Poole, and that was actually Aldama that pushed Jordan Poole and knocked him down, and that's going to put one of the Warriors at the free throw line, I believe, as Brandon Clarke is going to look. I guess they're going to take the look to see who is going to go to the free throw line as Jordan Poole does one of these and has a little smile on his face. He's always known to do one of those. So 30 seconds left to go in the fourth. Long conversation between Ja and Draymond. Kind of wonder what a fly on the wall is that. As Draymond likes to do a lot of this. Got to be careful. He's already got one tech in. Steph's already been ejected. So Draymond shooting the free throws. Big time to get two. He's 74% of the season trying to get points 8 and 9. He needs them both. Draymond, this is the first. 116, still the score line. And you wonder what's going to happen here is Xavier Tillman, the Michigan State man, he'll check in for, I believe, Desmond Bane, as Aldama is still in right now. I thought he might be the one to check out. Draymond's got one more coming. Try to give Golden State the lead right here. 30 seconds left to go in this fourth. Makes it 117-116. Golden State's got the lead, and Taylor Jenkins. He's going to take a quick timeout with 30 seconds left in this fourth. So 117-116 your score line. Draymond split the pair of free throws. Again, as we talk about, I'll keep mentioning it because it's important. Why no more NFL picks, says Poison. Yeah, I lost the last couple weeks. I didn't have those in there. I appreciate you following along. We will get back into the regular season part of it and get those NFL picks. I was only rarely above 500 this side of it. When we get back into the next part of it, I will get those in there. So, Poison, I appreciate you looking out on that side and actually leaving that message. I'm surprised anybody actually cared about that because never got a lot of views on those. But I will get to that definitely in the next season because as part of that, we always have the NFL picks to the regular season, which I had those was done. Those were on the site. We just didn't make the videos out of it, but they were done all the way to the regular season. So those will be there because I have to spend $54 per season side of it to get the 17 weeks. So 117, 116 is your score line. It's going to be Memphis basketball with 30 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. All hands on deck right now. We'll see who will take it. Triggerman is Desmond Bane. It's Memphis basketball. Again, if you're just joining us, Steph Curry has been ejected. Desmond Bane gets it into Ja. Ja tries to get down the lane over Draymond Green. Gets hit in the eye. Maybe in the knee in the eye on Draymond as Ja might have a little bit of a cold that he's going to have to put on the top of it, a little cold towel to get that swelling down, as I think he might have taken a knee to the eye. So Draymond, he jumped, and yeah, he definitely hit Ja, at least where it's in the eye or not, even the side of the face off the jump. So Ja should be going to line to shoot too, and Ja hasn't been particularly good from the free throw line in this game, as he's already missed 4. So Draymond trying to anticipate the block, but again, you can call it what you will. He always gets a lot of fouls. 5 of 10 from the line this game. It's a good time to make both because he makes 1. Got another one coming. 117 all is the score with 26 seconds left to go in the fourth. Again, full game coverage to follow with the story at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com. We stayed up late on the East Coast tonight and flexed the assignment between Milwaukee and Denver. It was a good job to flex this one anyway because Denver had 4 starters that were out. Ja needs to hit this second one, give Memphis the lead. Makes it. You should do the conference championship and Super Bowl picks in the most important part of the season. I could definitely do that. I can make that part of it, at least put it on the site. So 118, 117. Jordan Poole, his pass almost picked off. Klay Thompson for 3! The right wing corner. And Golden State up by 2 as he's got some words for the Memphis bench. 120, 118. Chase Center is in a frenzy, I should say. 14 seconds left to go in the fourth. Poole had it across the Golden State logo. It was a bounce pass that looked a little scary, and maybe that was why Dillon Brooks thought it might have went out of bounds, but instead it falls in the hands of Klay Thompson, and the Splash Brother falling away from the left wing side cans the 3. We've seen him do it a multitude of times. And now Golden State takes a 2-point lead. 14 seconds left to go in this fourth. Memphis down by 2. Klay with 24 points on 9 of 22 shooting, 5 of 10 from 3, and 1 of 2 from the line. Memphis has the possession. They have 1 challenge remaining, but they have no fouls to give and no timeouts. Golden State left with just 1 timeout. The one thing ESPN has gotten correct is those little sideline scampers to tell you exactly what is left. They fixed that according to the year, and I like that part of it. So this is Memphis basketball. They're down 2 with 14 seconds left to go in the fourth. It's been a close game. It's been a close game all the way through. It was a little sloppy to start in that first half with 120, 118. Now the score line. Memphis trying to get this basketball in. They do. Ja has to cross the line. 10 seconds to go. Ja tries to get down the lane. Extra pass for Clarke. Slams it down. Good design. And Golden State will take their timeout. Ja was patient. He took it from the inbound pass all the way to the back as he crossed the court. He didn't elect to take the 3. He left it there for Clarke. And as he was almost out of control, he wrapped it around Jonathan Kuminga and Kevon Looney to find Clarke for the easiest deuce of his career on the finish. So we're tied at 120. Golden State, of note, couple times they've had the final possession of a quarter in the first and third. They did not even get a shot off. This is a time where they need to rectify that. It's tied at 120, at least give themselves a chance to win this game. They have the possession with 6 seconds left to go in the fourth. John, I'm here with you on the call. When it's all said and done, Game Story are going to be up at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com with everything on the recorder side. Nothing else with the extracurriculars. You're going to get the game and the game only. 6 seconds left to go in this fourth thereabouts. Score tied at 120. Memphis led by as much as 8. Steph Curry has been ejected over the last minute 30 for throwing the mouthpiece. We'll see who this will go to. Preferably, Klay or Jordan Poole. You would have to think. 18 ties and 24 lead changes as this game has been close. Anthony Lamb also on the floor if the free ball is needed. Again, Golden State can get anything. They draw a foul. They'll take it. Klay Thompson wide open from 16 feet, tipped up in the air. Who's the ball going to stay with? Klay Thompson got way too good of a look on the sideline out of bounds. It was 14 feet wide open. He missed the mid-range. They say this is going to stay with Donte DiVincenzo. He's going to trigger it with 2.6. DiVincenzo gets it in. Poole gets the lay-in. He cuts wide open in the basket. 1 second left. Memphis got no timeouts. They can't get the ball off in time. Jordan Poole gets the game winner for Golden State. And 2 good looks right off of the inbounds. Inconspicuous there for Taylor Jenkins and his squad. But Jordan Poole gets the game winner off the lay-in with a second left. And Golden State wins 122-120 as Jordan Poole was wide open underneath the basket for whatever reason. 2 good designs by Steve Kerr out of bounds. And that's going to end the game. Golden State wins this one 122-120. Unbelievable. Glad that you guys could join me here on the Twitter Spaces side and the YouTube side. Very thankful on Flavor on that side for listening in. I appreciate it on that side. YouTube's been jumping all night long on that side as well. Jordan Poole is going to get the interview from Roz Goldbaum Woody. Let's see what he's got to say before we click this one off. So Jordan Poole, you're just saying Draymond's got a good pass on the inside. They're going to show the cut again. So DiVincenzo was the trigger man, and that was Zaire Williams, who just let Jordan Poole walk right in and finish. I mean, there really is nothing else to say. Both of those inbounds, you can talk about it. Klay Thompson wide open from about 16 feet mid-range. Probably could have made that one. They got another opportunity off the second effort as the offensive rebounds have played a big part late in the game. Jordan Poole gets the game winner, 21 points, 8 of 14 shooting, 2 of 6 from 3, and 3 of 4 at the line. So let me give you your particulars. Wow, that ended up being a great game. I'm glad we flexed to the nightcap on that side. So the leader in scoring, Steph Curry, had 34. Again, he was ejected with a minute, about 30 left to go in the game for throwing the mouthpiece. 10 of 19 shooting, 4 of 8 from 3, 10 of 11 from the line. Klay Thompson had 24, 9 of 23 shooting, 5 of 10 from 3. And Jordan Poole got the game winner, plus 15 on the night, 8 of 14 shooting, 21 points. And for the Memphis Grizzlies, it was Morant who really heated up in the second half, 10 of 20, field goal shooting, 2 of 7 from 3. But he missed. He left some lettuce at the line, 7 of 12 with 29 points. Desmond Bane had 20 on 7 of 17, 2 of 7 from 3 for Desmond Bane. Normally a little bit better on that side, 4 of 6 from the line. Jaren Jackson Jr. had to leave early as he had 6 fouls. He was 7 of 8 from the line with 17 points. Brandon Clarke finished with a couple of jams. He had a nice night, 32 minutes, 8 of 10 shooting, 19 points. So full game story going to follow at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com. And if you're a hockey fan at all in particular, follow along tomorrow with me with Alec Nava, as we're going to have the call between the Boston Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning. That'll be 7:15 Eastern. And Obi-Wan Kenobi on the YouTube side, good name on that side, says great finish. I appreciate you guys following along. And Steph Curry is still talking with some of the Warriors representatives, but they're happy to go ahead and get the win. I'm sure they're going to have some post-game thoughts there with Steph Curry as far as what he might have to say about the mouthpiece and everything else in particular. I appreciate the foot traffic on the YouTube side and the likes and all of that, because there's a lot more than I expected. And Obi-Wan Kenobi says, "Go Knights, go!" So you're a Las Vegas Golden Knights fan. We've covered a few of those as well, and we'll definitely do a lot of hockey on that side. So we're going to have Tampa Bay and Boston tomorrow, and we'll see what happens for the rest of the weekend. I appreciate it, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Talk to you then. All right, closing out the stream, everybody. Humbly, thank you. I will see you tomorrow. You guys be good.